Hey, screeners, how you doing? It's myself, the one AJ, Anthony Jordan.
Oh dear. It's me too, Nico Lurot. Shout out to all my Nicoholics. How are we doing?
Hey, we're all good. So, first of all, I will be remiss to not be a good friend and not kick it off with happy belated birthday, my bro. Hope you had a good one.
Thank you, sir. I did. I had a
How,
very,
how,
very
how,
good
how was the
birthday.
first time having a birthday as a daddy? Gotta ask.
No different. No
Yeah.
different.
Oh,
You know what pissed me off?
hit me.
This may resonate with some people. It may make some people say, "Shut up, you young cunt." But it was when my lovely wife turned to me the day before and decided to say, "Oh, do you realize tomorrow in 5 years you'll be 40?" I was like, "Fuck off."
3 years for some of us, but yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, I feel the pain no less, bro. I feel the pain. So, well.
It's horrible. Like, my family's blessed with long life. Like, my great grandmother, God rest her soul, is she lived to 97. My grandfather, who is very sick, very overweight, and very alcoholic, and I say this with love, has no business still being alive at the age of 85, is somehow still kicking it.
Yeah,
Like, we've got weirdly long life in my family, which is nice.
it's a
But,
blessing. It's a blessing.
it is a blessing. It is a blessing. But, touch wood. Let me find some wood. Is there any wood in here? I'm not.
Don't know if you heard that, but that was me
My
smacking.
table's wood. Big brain. See, I'm getting older. The table I'm fucking at is wood.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, I've just we're like 7 minutes in and I've just turned over to the comments and I'm like, oh,
7 minutes in, 1 minute in.
So 1 minute in, 7 viewers deep. And I'm just seeing it and I'm like, are people just dying to see us get drunk? Because it's just constant. Normally it's just a couple of haze.
Let's just take it easy with that noise. But yeah, it's I can't remember where I was. Yeah, I said so. Touch wood. But I said to her, like, God forbid I die early, but I could be middle aged now if I was to die young at 70. I'm like, that sucks. I need to buy a Porsche soon. I don't even like Porsches. But you know what they said. Seriously, if I was a middle-aged man and I had all the money in the world and I had to have a sports car middle-aged man crisis, it would be a fucking Lamborghini, not a fucking Porsche. I don't know what's wrong with most middle-aged men. Fuck the Porsche, get a Lambo.
So I always remember an old school joke I heard from Mel C, no less, aka Sporty Spice, for those wondering who it is. It could be any sports car, but we'll go with he says the Porsche you hate, we'll go with the Porsche.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a hedgehog and a Porsche?
Go.
A hedgehog has the pricks on the outside.
Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. Real talk. It's just true. It's just true. Also, do you know what? Driving in London, do you know who the worst drivers are?
There is only one answer, and I wouldn't say drivers directly.
Oh, you're going to say cyclists?
Yeah.
Oh, the cyclists and knobs, I don't count them. They should not be allowed on the road. I said I don't get. My dad's an avid cyclist, or a mammal as I call him, middle-aged man in lycra. Although he's 60 now, not so middle-aged anymore, sadly. But yeah, they're fucking reckless. It actually gets to a stage now where if I'm an absolute trottel on the road, as you can imagine, this probably doesn't surprise you in the least. But like, if I'm at a red light, I've actually, if the weather's good now, because if the weather's good, people are usually out cycling. It's like I've conditioned myself, like the fucking salivating dog. I'm literally conditioned now that if the weather's good and I get to a red light, I will put the automatic window down and get ready. Even if I haven't seen a cyclist, I am ready because you just know what happens at a red light. The cyclists who want the fucking safety of the road, but they don't think the highway code applies to them. I'm already going, the red light applies to you too, you cunt. I'm ready.
So the part that really does me in with the cyclist, you've seen where I work. You came to visit it just the other week.
They lock up on your thing, innit?
Bro, that's fine. Do what you have to do. They're not allowed to lock it up. We tell them to move. I had one guy who was so self-impotent. I don't even want to say no. He's watching. Like he tried to come onto the boat with it. Yes, I work on a boat. He tried to come on the boat. We're like, sorry, sir, they're not allowed on. He's like, okay. Then he changed it to the railing to our stairs. We're like, sorry, sir. So I've been called up now because I've been like, be careful. He's a bit self-important. I'm like, sorry, sir. You're not allowed to park there. well, it's a tube strike. You would believe, and under these circumstances, I should be allowed to. I'm like, yeah. So in all circumstances, I fully appreciate what you're saying. However, the management will not, the venue will not permit this. It's not that. Well, I don't agree with it. I'm like, well, I appreciate
it not.
No matter which way we're going to go about this, I still can't authorize it. Agree it or not. Even my opinion is quite invalid right now. This is what head office has said. Okay, so where can I change it? So I'm like, well, there is a bench over there. Okay, it's not great, but it's there. And there's also a phone box, which is completely inactive, but it has a small hole, so feel free. And he just looks back at me and he's like, can I take your name, please? I'm like, Anthony. And he's like, my name's... I'm going to call him Steve. I can't... He may be Steve, he may not be Steve. I'm not protecting his name. I just can't remember his name.
Twat.
My name's
Carry
Steve.
on.
So I was like, okay. Hey guys, pleasure to meet you. It's something like, it's going to be an absolutely amazing day on this boat today, isn't it? And I'm like, it will do indeed. Pleasure to meet you too, Steve. And that was it. Just walked off. But no, what it is that really... Well, that shows you cyclist mentality as well. But what really does me...
By the way, when someone asks your name, the answer is, sorry, are you the police?
Do you know what? Take it. And if you want, I'll even sign an autograph and tell you to tune in today. Do you know what I mean? I don't care.
Play.
So it's all good. I'll be like, it's Anthony between certain hours after from 8:30 on a Monday. There we go. Peace out, bro. Like, we're available on Spotify and YouTube. But like, more to anything, there's this cycle lane, right? That's there. Now, I appreciate that people may not pay attention to the cycle lane. They just keep walking. And this area is quite prominent with cyclists. It's the abuse they throw behind every single passenger. And it's this refusal to slow down. You just hear this bell ringing from like the furthest distance, or move out of the way, cycle lane. And you're like, just fuck off. Just like, allow it. Just allow it.
So here's a fun fact, actually. Did you know, and this is a weird gray area, but you learn this in like the highway code, right? The speed limits also apply to two-wheelers, and that doesn't just mean motorcycles.
No, I believe it. There we go.
They don't respect the speed limit.
I honestly don't believe
I'm not even going to continue with my train of thought about who the worst drivers are, because you're quite right. It's the fucking cyclists. Although I'll say the most aggressive, hands down, are the white van drivers.
Oh yeah. And
Jesus.
Also, point of reference, don't fuck with taxi drivers, black cab taxi drivers. They multiply. They see one in trouble, they just huddle.
Bro, they're like Thai people. You fight one, you fight them all.
You fight them all. You fight them all.
If you've been to Thailand and you know what I'm saying, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at the chat. Shoot Fight Fans is here first. That is the channel, by the way, that I run with.
I need to check that. I need to check that. I need to also check out my points.
I mean, we've done one video so far.
Bro, it's a fight. I want to know how I done points wise. It's all good. Not that I would know from that, but yeah.
It was a weird one because they changed the card at the last minute.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome.
Francis Lalonde is here saying, submitting the 161-minute action scene, aka It's a Mad World. Great to have you here, Francis.
Are we starting already, or am I waiting?
Yeah. The laugh my ass out to the 5 years later comment. Yeah. Happy birthday. Thank you very much, Francis. Appreciate that. And from Den the Tech, much appreciated. Gavin Man says, good evening all. Happy International Women's Day. Yes. Happy International Women's Day, one and all, for all the ladies in the chat. And thank you, Gavin, for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated. Likewise from Mixed Memorabilia. Great to have you here. Frank Torres is here. Hello, friends. Hope you're well. Adam Cole should be AEW champ right now. No.
So I'm just going to touch on it briefly.
By the way, how fucking good was Revolution? You haven't watched it, have you?
It's not an anti-AEW thing. It actually looks like a really good pay-per-view.
It was really good.
Bro, it's literally just time. It's nothing but time.
It was a long pay-per-view. It was like 5 hours.
It looked like it, because even when I was like posting
if you include the buy-in, it was 4:45 if you include the buy-in.
But like when we were doing the prediction bits, and I'm like, this is a lot of matches. Like it was a solid card. So Adam Cole had Red Dragon 1, and then we could have had like an Undisputed Era plus Britt Baker.
It's not what they're doing now.
There's
I know, but there's a much bigger story at play here than the whole Red Dragon Adam Cole thing. You need to have Kenny back and see the Elite fall apart.
Of course.
Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson are here at the moment with their recent title matches to validate Hangman Adam Page. That's what they were there for.
I get that.
I never thought for a moment. Listen, Adam Cole's my favorite wrestler in the world at the moment. I've told you this. He's the first guy's t-shirt who I ever bought, all about the boom, right? Love Adam Cole. He's not there yet, which is crazy to say because he's Adam Cole, baby.
No, but you know what? Put it this way. I wouldn't, as much as I predicted it for that potential reason, I wouldn't want it because I wouldn't want a guy who's just turned up to be that one. And I believe Adam Page needs his run. So
MJF has to beat Adam Page. He's also going to beat CM Punk, by the way. Don't be surprised if you see Hangman beat Punk.
Good.
MJF needs to beat him. Anyway, leaving the wrestling, moving straight back in. Andy Hart's here. Hello, Andy. I had a cyclist abusing me the other day because he said I passed him too close. I invited him to watch the offense back on my dash cam. He got even more pissed off at that. Yeah. Wanker. They are absolute knob jockeys. Yeah. Chris Trangrove is here too. Hello, Chris. Yo, yo, yo. Let's talk about the action scenes of When Harry Met Sally. I'll have what she's having. Fuzz Aldrin is here. Hey, Nico and AJ. Great to have you here, Fuzz. Jackie G is here. Hello, Jackie. You guys don't look drunk. Where's the coming. By the way, Jackie, happy Women's Day.
Indeed.
And to everyone else, because I don't know, because some of you are hidden behind, like, names. Fuzz Aldrin. For all I know, you may be a woman. If the Happy International Women's Day applies to you, many happy returns. If not,
however you identify, let's be honest. There we go. So I was like, yeah.
Yes. Right. So,
So, while we're on the topic of film, oh shit, I meant to pass the link on to someone. I will be doing that now. Sorry. While we're on the topic of film, saw the Batman. And I agree with you on many points. The main one,
he's the best Batman.
No.
Oh, stop it.
No, here we go. And I'll tell you why. Sorry, because I'm trying to send this bloody link on, but I'm going to
get sorry, quickly. Action scene in Lost Tango in Paris. Not cool. Fuzz Aldrin, I assume you as a man. Sorry, carry on with what you're saying. By the way, I'll read you for the Batman is in the description below if you haven't seen it yet, so you can check that out after the show. Carry on.
Yeah, one of the parts, like best Batman, I could potentially listen to that argument. Best Bruce Wayne, I don't think he had enough Bruce time to be the best Bruce Wayne, and I think he wasn't loyal to the Bruce Wayne that I can understand the anger of Bruce Wayne, but I like the duality of the Bruce Wayne who you would never believe could be the Batman, whereas this reclusive guy who
sure
that kind of played me.
But then you're not accepting it for the story that's been given to you. You're going with your perceived notion of Bruce Wayne. The story that's been given, he is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, bro, that was one thing. The other thing that got to me, and I'm not knocking the actor by any means, and it's actually because I wanted more from the actor. I don't like the way they portrayed the Riddler, right? And that's with the style where the face is covered. I actually think that from the 2 minutes that we saw Paul Dano pre-Arkham Asylum, right?
Oh, he was so creepy.
And you get to see who he is. I'm like, that could have been such a major development. Like, had we had that the whole way through, it would have been really smart and really...
Yes.
It just feels like some terrorist movement as opposed to who the Riddler is, just like the mega smart villain that he is.
But this is a reimagining of all that. This is year 2 level shit. This is bringing Batman into a 7 world.
Bro, I get it. It could be, it's its own. These are just my own personal points. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I just believe it's the way it could have been developed. But the one thing I overly agree with you on are 2 very, very important things. One, Zoe Kravitz. My God, what a Catwoman.
How good was she?
My God, what a Catwoman. And 2, the film is just too long.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve its runtime. I said that.
It's just too long.
I said that. It does. Unfortunately, what's weird is that, however, because we're agreeing in here about the whole Zoe Kravitz Catwoman thing, her story with Oswald you could have cut, and the story of Batman and the Riddler is literally the same.
Yeah,
it's literally the same. That story does not affect the main story at all.
Yeah.
You could have used that to remember that what I pitched you a few weeks ago about how I got it wrong, but I still think it would have been a good idea. Have that opening thing with a penguin, and in hindsight, my idea probably would have been better. It's just have penguin beginning establishing.
It is and it isn't if you get it, because I don't want to spoil, but it's not too far off. Do you know what I mean? It just overextended, put it that way, from your theory. But no, overall, it was a good film, but it's not the greatest Batman. movie.
I know.
I'm not here for
but
the argument of which Batman he is. I like his portrayal.
But
I
it
think
didn't
he's
need to
really good.
be. It didn't need to be.
No,
All
no,
it
it
needed
doesn't.
to give us a great fucking original Batman, which it did.
Yeah.
And can I just say, oh, I get to say this one last time before it gets old. Twilight Boy is dead. He's dead. It's dead. It's dead. I remember. Do you know, now that you've seen it, that scene where our Pats and Circus are acting in the hospital together? Bro, those two were on fire in that scene.
It was a powerful scene. It was a powerful scene.
Whoa.
Do you know what I felt with that part as well? And I don't want to get into it too much, but it was very reminiscent. And again, it's a different world, so I don't have to take it for the Batman that I know. But it was very reminiscent of, like, you know, the origin story to Peter Parker's parents in Amazing Spider-Man. I'm like, so you're going with a bit of a twist of the turn here. Okay, I see you. Like, okay, but it was different. It was interesting, you know. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of excess stuff in there, but when the parts where the beats that I think they hit perfectly, but there were just some bits that just needed to be. I don't want to get into it too much, but when man tried to turn into Moses and create the Red Sea, I was like, huh.
No, I love that because it was straight out of the comic frame of Dark Knight Returns. It was literally a screenshot from the Dark Knight Returns. That was a comic book come to life. That shot, I loved it.
Fair play. It just felt so fromage. And yeah, anyway, there were other parts, but I will talk to you outside of it because I don't want to spoil.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of people who haven't seen the Batman yet. But it's worth
go see it. It's fucking great. As I said in the review, it's worth seeing in the cinema.
I don't know. Can I also say, while talking of that, while in the cinema, Riddler's screaming was actually deafening. I felt like that's my point of feeling like an old man. I was like, each time he screamed, I'm like, will you stop that? It just echoed in the cinema, and I was like, love it.
Yeah, listen, as I said, it's not a perfect movie, which is why I see all of these like YouTube scores, like IGN, who are always guilty of overmarking everything. Like, you know, I know they've got their 15 million subscribers, so it's frankly, who the fuck are we with our 3,500 to tell them anything? But I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. That movie is not a 10 out of 10. It's bullshit. IGN literally, it's like, here's IGN, here's the Kool-Aid.
Honestly, if we were to do on a ranking, and I'm not linking it to any other film, I'm around the 7 mark. Perfect.
7.5 to 8 for me.
Fair play.
Just because of how well fucking made it is. Like, you agree it's the best Gotham we've ever seen, like hands down.
It's an interesting Gotham. I can't fully disagree with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please meet my wife. When does the drinking start? Good Lord.
For ages, but it's like, hey, there's a chance of seeing 2 drunk idiots. Let's see. I'm all in.
It just took us getting drunk to have my wife actually come on the show. Lol. And happy International Women's Day to my beautiful wife, obviously.
Indeed,
right.
Happy International Women's Day.
Right. Should we quickly do the rundown of last week's poll and then get into it, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, do you want to tell people what the Movie Mount Rushmore is all about first? Or I suppose
really simple.
It has a slight twist. Do you want to take it because of the twist, or
we can do? Well, we'll explain the twist in a moment. Here's how the show works: it's a top 10 show between 2 best friends from school. We each go our separate ways. We come right back here into recording and deliver to you, the Silver Screen Dudes, our individual top 10s. This week, I will go first, delivering my bottom 3. AJ will then deliver his bottom 3. I will deliver my next 2. AJ will deliver his next 2, and then we will trade one apiece. If at any time while we are rounding off our individual top 10 lists, one person has a movie in a higher position, that person will say.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get the banner up. I was looking at the comments. I was so looking out for the comments, I completely lost it there. And this is sober.
You can just say it.
Punt.
And we will punt and talk about that movie when we get to the higher position. Once we have both rounded off our individual top 10 lists, we will create the Movie Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 quintessential diverse must-see movies, or I guess scenes, of the genre, because this week it is...
Top 10 action scenes. Yeah.
Nota bene, doesn't need to be from an action movie.
I also agree with that. Okay, right. So,
and thank you for saying hi to my wife, everyone. Much appreciated. Welcome her to the film family. Much love.
So,
yes, right.
So, What
Bit different
happened
this
once
week.
we silver screen dudes? Hold on. Let me do this part, then you can add the spin. So, what normally happens once we, the Silver Screen Dudes, have created the Movie Mount Rushmore, the 4 must-see movies of any particular genre, we throw the challenge over to you. You then have to crown El Capitan, El Numero Uno, and to quote Highlander, in the end, there can be only one. So that's where you guys have to vote for the absolute best. We will be retweeting a post from JT from We Love Movies, Movie Polls for You. Big shout out to you, JT, bro. Big shout out to you, because without you, there is no us in that format of it happening, because we will retweet it and we will pin it. So, last week, our topic being Batman movies, our contenders were.
Our final contenders, given that we did not include The Dark Knight for obvious reasons, our final contenders were Tim Burton's 1989 Batman, Under the Red Hood, the animated depiction of Batman, Batman Begins, the first of the Nolans, and the Lego Batman movie.
Okay. So here comes the next game that we play. It's where I have to try and figure out who goes where. I'm going to go Lego Batman in number 4.
No, sir. I was surprised by that too.
Batman Begins.
No, sir.
Under the Red Hood.
Got annihilated. 4%. Told we should have put Dark Knight Returns on. Hey, what do I know?
I would love to actually put a battle between the two to see which one wins. I like, honestly, that's not even a yeah. Right. Okay.
Number 3.
Now Lego Batman.
Correct. Only got 11%.
Knowing the film world that we're in, Batman Begins is number 2.
Only just, but yes, you're correct. Batman Begins came in at number 2 with 41%.
And then, of course, everybody's favorite, their go-to, 1989, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Batman.
Correct. Chris Trengrove, I see your comment. I got to share this one. It's very funny. Hey, Anya, thanks for watching The Kiddo every week so your husband can talk to internet strangers. I see you. I see you.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He's spot on, to be fair.
So you guys have had a format 3-3-2-2-1-1-1-1-1. Over to you. This week, however, in celebration of good old Nico's birthday, there is a twist. And for anyone reading it through Facebook, anyone reading it through YouTube, anyone reading it through Spotify, let me get the rest of it up. Anyone reading it through Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcast, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, TuneIn, Stitcher, Geo7, or for anyone who has just searched for Movie Mount Rushmore, this week there is a twist. The words drunk Rushmore are upon us. I believe, who was it? Was it Andy we have to thank for this?
I'm sure it's Andy who came up with the idea of the drinking thing. This feels like
a shot at me, I believe. Probably over something about it. Was it something?
Probably something.
Someone came up with the line of, if we had a shot for every time AJ said I haven't seen it, I'd probably be legless. Well, people, today's a chance to possibly see me legless because I probably haven't seen it. So here we go.
Sorry, Gavin, man. Nico, do you feel obliged to include Con Air if Anya is watching? Guys, the fact that you know that detail about me, I absolutely love. That's really sweet. And the answer to that is no.
Yeah, cool.
Carry on.
Yeah, so here we go. We are going to do we are going to embrace the game now, and it's if we, the Silver Screen Dudes, have not seen a film or scene that you mentioned, because potentially, who knows what our research is like, I'm not going to lie, I haven't done that research, but if we have decided to research as many scenes as we can, we won't drink. However, if we have not seen it, I'm not going to brand it, but here we go. The rosé or the liquor, the whiskey, will be drunk on my side.
I am going to name and shame because I already see Andy Hart says guilty as charged. In my defense, it was a joke, but it was a good joke that's become a real thing. Jackie Gomez, drunk with beer. No one can get drunk with beer. Bring down the whiskey. Wait for it. So, on my side, I'm going to be starting with a beautiful Belgian bière blanche, a Hoegaarden, because I think the name's great and I actually really like
Bro,
this beer.
For a minute there, I thought you had one of those brew dogs like AF.
Oh, no.
I was going to be like, how dare you? Don't play me.
No. Listen, all of these little city banker wankers who have decided, oh yeah, bro, do you know what would be really cool? Starting a beer brand, yeah? Like, yeah, try some of their beer. It may have a flashy label, but for most part, those IPAs, they suck. They really suck. This sounds like a proper snobbish thing to say. I'm just being me. I really only drink continental beer. Like German, Belgium, Czech, Polish, that's good beer.
So here's the question, and I'm not a beer drinker, so I don't expect to see any beers on my table. It just will not happen. Or lagers or any of those drafts. Are you opposed to Camden Hells? Because those seem to be quite popular.
Don't like them.
Yeah, interesting.
Don't like them. Hops, parallels, all of that. I'm very specific with beer. I only like blonde beers, so like Weihensteffens, Franziskanas, things like that. Love those. Jackie G, don't worry. I am not planning to get drunk with beer. There's no real fun in that. This is just to wet the palate. I'm then moving on to an Argentine Malbec. And once we've done with the Argentine Malbec, I'm even gonna drink it out of my wife's new fucking multicolored chromatic wine glass.
As best man, as wingman, as best friend, bro, put the wife's new glass away. Because if you
I've had permission.
She accepts breakages. Because a tipsy man who
it was
Tesco.
Table, it was Tesco. All right. It was cheap, but I appreciate the concern. Now and then for the end of the show, where I'm sure that you're all going to save the bombs for me, tequila. And because, we went to my grandmother for my birthday this weekend, and Anya and I were like, oh, yeah, we'll get the shot glasses there. We forgot because stuff happened. So I've gone really fucking classy and proper frat boy here. Plastic shot glasses.
Mine is actually going to go into a glass because I actually forgot. It's one of those things that you're like, I didn't pick up. And yeah, I work at a pub. I should have been able to get a shot.
You really should. You have no excuse.
There's no excuse. There is actually no excuse, but c'est la vie. There is one excuse. 1985 brain. Never failed.
Mixed Memorabilia says, I have Hogarden Beer, Argentina Malbec Red, and a Familia Reserva Jose Cuervo Tequila. Are you literally following Mix? Yes. Yes. Right. Let's do this.
So, are we going with that rule that we had put out before, like we discussed, or are we not going with that one? In order to
What's the rule? Remind me.
Well, where it was like people have to have like a top 10. I don't know. Because I don't follow the Twitter. I didn't really follow. Oh, you fucked didn't, right?
So basically, I think I'm gonna put the comments now. I'm gonna put Anya says, I don't know how to at people, but Jackie Gomez, Nico can totally get wasted on beer. Stop throwing shade at me. Jesus. Yes, big guy can't drink. Leave me alone. Literally, she never tunes into a show and then comes in to troll me. So the question AJ is putting is, are we actually going to be limiting people to only 10 movie choices for the whole podcast in order to get us drunk? I vouched for no.
So my whole thing is just a level of discipline. It's just because, put it this way, we're 28 minutes in and we've not even got to start the show. Do you get where I'm going? Now, if we have people throwing film comments at us every second, one, these 2 bottles may be finished way before we've even planned it to finish. Like by the time we're at number 1, it'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm on."
My friend, if I finish that, you're going to need to take me to hospital. That's tequila. I'm not drinking a whole bottle of tequila.
Well, how are we doing this then? Because
the way I'm envisioning this is that we're going to talk about the movies like we normally do. And then you know how at the end of when we've spoken about a movie, we check the comments.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we'll go, no drink, no drink, no drink.
So what, 10, 9, 8?
Yeah, but I'm not downing that in one. Like that's not happening. I'm not playing Zulu. I'm not playing fucking Zulu Warrior for the internet. Also, I'm not going to give myself alcohol poisoning on my 35th. Yeah.
Oh, so young. I missed
Everyone's loving this. My wife's here. Everyone's loving it. Yeah. I should be here every week. Troll Nico. Andy Hart, please come back every week. Troll Nico. I love you guys too. Thanks.
Do you know what? I love it too because they're like, yeah, give AJ a break for a couple of weeks. So you get trolled for.
Fine. Yes. Bash the birthday boy. Do it. I feel it.
Okay.
Feel the love. Feel the love. Right. So, the name of the drinking game, guys, is we're going to talk about our movies as we run down the lists. try and just not make random movies that aren't related to what we're saying. It's like, for instance, let's talk Connor. It's like, plane movie. Have you seen that action movie Air Force One? It's like, no, I haven't. Okay, drink. I mean, far be it for me to tell you guys how to live, but try and make it a little bit relevant to the topic we're talking about.
It's awkward, isn't it? Because the scene, how can I say it? One of us could pick a scene and it doesn't have to be relatable to. You just have to. This is why I kind of like, if you have a top 10, like, it doesn't have to be linked to, but just be aware that it needs to be something that you're going to say is a relatively good action. It has to be a good action scene. Like, don't make us research it and be like, oh, okay, there is no action scene.
Yeah, like, sure. Listen, with the film knowledge that this community has, don't worry, we're going to be smashed by the end of this. Like, you're going to get your money's worth. But the fact of the matter is that let's still try and keep it relevant to the show. Speaking of money's worth, thanks for the tangent, AJ. If you do like the Silver Screen Dudes, you can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/the movie dudes. The link for that is also in the description below. And literally, for less than your daily Starbucks, £2. So less than your daily Starbucks, you can show your love and support for the show. There's no expectation. There's no pressure to do it. The Movie Mount Rushmore remains free. But if you are feeling generous, if you feel like getting me a birthday gift, if you feel like paying to see me get alcohol poisoning, or indeed AJ, just head on over to buymeacoffee.com/the movie dudes. Link in the description below.
Sorry, it's /movie dudes.
/movie dudes. Thank you. And Chris Trengove says, can we buy Anya Zeta coffee to keep trolling you? You can. Link in the description below. The money will go to her.
Just reference it. Just put the reference for Anya. Like, you guys are here every week, but this is for Anya.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Look at her go. Look at them already trying to talk their way out of it. Unreal.
Talking the way out of what?
This is going to be a running thing. These little prods are going to be in the whole night. Welcome to my life. You see why I married her? I like strong women who kick my ass. Anyway, let's do this, guys. Name your movies as we go. We'll get drunk for your entertainment. Please be gentle with us. And don't be dicks. Like, be dicks to get us drunk, but like, just don't pick movies that are all action scenes that are just shit. Like, bring good action scenes.
But again, if we've seen it, then it's not going to count. It's not because it's not in our top 10. If we've seen it, we're not going to drink.
But there's that. There's that. Let's start this. Come on, 30 minutes in. Let's give the people what they want. Right. Yeah. My number 10, a movie which I thought was going to rank a lot higher, and upon rewatching the scene, it's still fucking fantastic. I just thought it would be a lot higher for me. Maybe in your list, so maybe get ready to say punt. I'm talking the opening scene, so the car foo scene from John Wick 2. Do we have a punt?
No. I was torn between the 3 John Wick movies, and I've just opted for another John Wick. So no, it's a great scene. Don't get me wrong, it's a great scene, but
it is good. Do you know what I love about the way what Chad Stahelski's done with this franchise? Because Chad Stahelski was actually a stuntman who became a stunt director, who became a full-fledged director, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he's got an eye for action. He not only knows how to direct it, much like I said in the Batman review, he knows how to shoot it so the audience feels the full impact of what's going on. Like, the idea of using a car as a weapon is like, if your name's not the Incredible Hulk, you would think that's not possible. It is. Like, he uses a car as a fucking weapon in ways that you just wouldn't think would be possible. And the novelty's slightly worn off upon second and third watching, granted, but it's still incredible. And when you consider that Keanu Reeves is like, I mean, he's pushing 60 now. It's nuts. By the way, speaking of 60, Sting, 61, still doing that shit. Unreal. Also, by the way, did you know Jared Leto is 50?
No way. He's on that.
He has no business being that pretty or that ripped.
He's in that Morbius blood for real, man. Because I thought he was a young gun. I'm not gonna lie. I
thought mid-30s, well looked after, nutritionist and some gym routines.
Possibly, because I put him down as older enough. I would have said possibly early 40s. You know, nothing more than 45. Never.
He's fucking 50. Shredded. This, I know he's got all the money in the world, but he's pretty. He's a pretty man. And he's like 50. What the fuck? He's got no business being that like well kept. It's insane. But yeah, John Wick 2, unreal. And I just have all the respect for Keanu for doing 80% of that damn scene. It's incredible. Incredible what they did with that opening.
Nice.
Jackie G says Botham scene for Mission Impossible Fallout. Luckily, have seen that one with Henry Cavill. Fantastic.
Very nearly made the list, actually. Very nearly made the list.
Shit. Francis Lalong got me. Nightclub fight in Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. Cheers, guys. Drink up. Oh yeah, let's get going. Chris Trengrove says the car foo is so good. Amazing. Glad you agree. Francis Lalonde says definitely love that John Wick 2 scene. Very glad. Chris Trengrove follows up. Nico, did you see Chad Stahelski was Keanu's stuntman for The Matrix? I did. I did know that. I actually did know that. It's amazing. Gavin Mann says only seen the first John Wick and wasn't taken in by it. So Gavin, I liked the first John Wick. John Wick 2 for me took it to another level. I give it another chance, dude. Have a look at John Wick 2. I think you'd enjoy it.
What I would say, Gavin, is actually if you could, especially with 4 on the rise, I was so with John Wick. Then I watched it again and I really did appreciate it. And I actually done the trilogy with the missus. So John Wick I've seen 3 times actually, and I've appreciated it more and more each time I've watched it. And if you go for it to watch as the trilogy, you will be taken in. And especially by the way, number 2 ends, you were like, you're all in. You are all in.
Yeah.
I remember that because it was again lockdown, and the missus was like, okay, we'll go to bed after this. John Wick 2 ends. She's like, no. Start the 3rd one now. It's worth it. It's a nice journey. It's a fun journey.
Jackie G's got some real talk here. The Batmobile scene from The Batman. It's one of the best action scenes there is. It's so fucking good. That it's so angry. That Batmobile, the sound it made, I was like, what is this machine? Fuck the tumbler. This is a Batmobile. I love this car. I was like, what is this monster of hell that's come to like claim lives? That when the blue lights are on it, it just did that, and then it got angry. I was like, what was that sound? It's like, I am Batmobile, hear me roar.
It's true. Yeah.
It was so good.
And the thing is, also, without getting into spoiler territory, you had to earn the Batmobile in this movie.
And it felt earned, didn't it?
It
felt so earned.
You had to earn it. I'm not going to get into too much on the other side.
No, it's still fresh. No spoilers.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a
I'll
good
have to talk to you,
Batmobile.
but that is earned. That is definitely earned.
What have we got here? Opening scene, Team America World Police. Have seen it. Oh, Mr. AJ. Still haven't seen Team America after all these years.
It's not something I'm going to rush to see.
It's really good, bro. It's really, really good. My turn. Shoot Fight fans. Tango and Cash for the car theme. Bottoms up.
Now, this is a funny one. Because I've seen Tango and Cash, but I cannot remember Tango and Cash.
Doesn't matter. You've seen it. You get a pass.
Okay.
You've seen it. You get a pass.
I appreciate it.
Andy Hart says, car is a weapon opening into Highwayman. Bottoms up. And that beer's nearly gone.
We did say we were going to get to our 8s before we do that.
Not good. Jackie G says, hallway scene from Old Boy, the Korean original. Well, we've both seen that and we love that.
Hold fire.
Oh, it's absolute fire.
Hold fire.
What have we got here? Just making sure I haven't missed anything. One Man Woman Army. Ripley versus the Queen in Aliens. McClane versus Carl in Die Hard. Indy versus Tank Last Crusade. Yeah. All fantastic. Superb suggestions. What have we got here? Andy Hart says, love John Wick, but find Atomic Blonde more rewatchable. It's not often I hear that. You haven't seen Atomic Blonde. Don't even pretend like you have. Don't even pretend like you have.
Well, he didn't call a scene. He didn't call a scene, so I was about to ask the question. But
no. Allow it. Be real. No.
That is a weird statement, though. I've never ever heard that.
Nah, nor me.
Had I heard that, I would have seen Atomic Blonde, to put it that way.
Jackie G says, question, did Batman let the Batmobile die before going after Penguin? I think not. No, because you see that shot from like the rear spoiler of Penguin's car flipping over. So the Batmobile for me is still very much
I
alive.
would have said it's still about. I don't think it was sacrificed.
Andy Hart says, saw the Batman in IMAX. Oh, you lucky motherfucker. That scene made the room shake.
No,
I can
I don't know
believe
if I
it.
could have handled Riddler screaming in the IMAX. Like anything louder than the Everyman Cinema in Muswell Hill would have killed me.
Anya's got you. Has AJ seen Edge of Tomorrow finally?
Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah.
Ages ago. But thank you.
Mixed Memorabilia's got us. Auto had the last scene. Cheers.
Oh, just based on that name, what was that thing from American Beauty? That film that you were talking about? He mentions a film in American Beauty.
Oh, Reanimator.
I think we're doing a remake of it.
Oh no.
I'm not.
Oh, they
sure.
mustn't.
There was something I saw, and I'm sure it was Reanimator because I was reading through like films that are scheduled to come out, and I'm sure it said Reanimator.
I hope not. I fucking hope not. Reanimator belongs in the time it was released in. That movie is B-movie class
sure,
of its time.
I'm sure. And the fact that I brought it up, people, means I won't be drinking. Okay, so let's try.
And just for Jackie, this one's for you.
Let's try.
No. And if you have seen the Batman, you will know how freaking creepy that song is.
I'm not saying it's not, but it's when he shouts. Yeah.
It's so creepy, man. But do you know what? Paul Dano, just last bit on the Batman. If Paul Dano hadn't been in There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis, which is by a lot, not everyone, but by a lot of people's reckoning, the greatest one of, if not the greatest acting performance ever, where he's on such fucking magnetic form, even by his high standards, that Paul Dano doesn't really stand a chance. Despite that, Paul Dano in that movie is still world class. It's just unfortunate, if you see what I mean, that he was in it with DDL, because everyone talks about DDL, obviously. But
do you remember? And for the life of me, can't remember the name of the film. He's in a film with Michael Caine and Harvey Keitel. Very small art house movie that was.
Yes.
And he was magnetic in that as well.
Yes. Maradona was in that too, wasn't he?
Who?
Maradona. Diego Maradona.
Yes, he was, yeah. Yeah, weird. Fun film, but weird.
What was that film we saw together? It was really good.
Yeah, I remember that. And I was coming back, like, it's my first experience of art house, and I can do art house a lot more based on that film. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me.
Well, go on, Anya. Star Trek Beyond jump beacon scene. Well, I've seen Star Trek Beyond, luckily. Didn't like it, but I've seen it. Hey!
I'm honest.
AJ?
I'm honest.
Mad Max 2 Road Warrior.
Oh, guys, leave me alone.
My turn. Tom Man, basement scene in Return of the Living Dead. Here we go.
Youth.
As if you've seen Return of the Living Dead. Drink.
I'm just telling you the thing. The glass is in my hand. Leave me alone. Fucking hell.
Jackie G says church scene with Colin Firth and Kingsman. Amazing.
Seen it.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is big.
Amazing. And Chris Changrove agrees Dano should have received an Oscar nom for There Will Be Blood. He was incredible. Mixed Memorabilia says, now I'm scared because Mixed Memorabilia goes international loving with their recommendations. Guys, we have action martial arts movies, scenes where it's very pleasing to watch, but this scene is amazing and it's real as can be. Also directed by the legend, Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee versus O'Hara. Yes, of course. Of course. We've all seen Enter the Dragon. It's superb.
Big.
Anya thought she got me. You have? Shit. Ha! I'm only here to make you drunk. That's what she says. Love you, baby. Thank you.
Anya, to be fair, quote any other Star Wars apart from the ones that are the new ones. He will be pissed.
Star Trek, you mean?
I'm just being real.
Star Trek, you mean?
That's what I meant.
Is that wine hitting you a bit already, sir?
Told you I haven't eaten a lot today, but yeah.
The bike chase in Grease 2. I actually have to drink to that, but fuck it. It's so worth it. Very good. Right, one movie in. This isn't good. One movie in and my beer's nearly gone. Right, quickly on to movie number 2. My number 9. Yeah. We've been talking Batman. Let's talk Batman. arguably the best Batman movie. So good that we didn't include it in the poll. I'm bringing in The Dark Knight, and I'm going with The Truck Flip.
Nice. So is that your only Batman?
Yes.
Okay. What I was tempted to, and it's in there somewhere, it was like my backup in case anything gets pulled. But I'm happy we agreed on it. Doesn't have to be a action movie to have an action scene. I was going to go for the Bat Break. I think Batman versus Bane was absolutely fucking awesome as an action scene. That would have been my go-to. But yes,
that bat breaking scene was such a great homage to comics, wasn't it? The same as the comics, because I mean, it's even darker in the comics. Like, breaks Batman's back on his parents' gravestone. It's so grim.
That is cold.
It's so cold. No, that one in The Dark Knight Rises is exceptional. I mean, he bitches Batman, doesn't he?
But that's the thing, it's the whole fight scene beyond everything. Batman
born in the shadows, they're my friend. It's like, oh dear, well, Bats, you fucked. No, the truck flip scene, just because of the mastery behind it. Remember, Nolan does practical shit, right? That wasn't CG. They flipped the truck.
Yeah.
Nolan and Scorsese. You've heard the Scorsese story about George Lucas coming on set in Gangs of New York going, hey, Marty, you know, you could CGI the people and you don't really need to use real extras. And Marty says to him, fuck off, George. Oh, man, I love it. But yeah, they flipped a truck. And it's everything building up to that. You know, with the Joker stealing that truck, and then, you know, the tumbler turning into the bat bike, and then after the truck's flipped, Joker creeping out, and then just standing in the middle going, I want it, hit me, come on, I want it, hit me, do it, kill me. It's the whole setup. It's just nuts, man.
It's a big film. It's a big scene. I don't dispute it. It's just that Bane scene was I thought of it and I was like, again, it's a big moment. I might have gone the fight inside the cell, but yeah, nonetheless, it's still a big scene. It's not something that's a scene. The truck flip scene and everything that follows after it is not a scene from The Dark Knight that could just be forgotten.
No, it's so memorable. It's so fucking memorable. Chris Drungrove says, AJ's drunk already. He's working on it, Chris. He's working.
No. I'm sober. We're good.
I've
had a few sips, but
Francis Leon says, Marx Brothers seen during the opera, A Night at the Opera. Fuck's sake. And we're done with
I've already topped up. Are these actual action scenes, so people? Please don't just quote scenes and just be
it's funny you say that, because my wife's decided to jump in here. Little Anya has said Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. By the way, so not a fucking action movie, so not a good Star Trek movie. Spock fighting Klingons. Is that you've just pulled that because you know I haven't seen that tremendous pile of shit.
Are you denying that Spock fights Klingons in Star Trek 3?
Are you saying it's an action scene?
There's a fight.
Is it actually an action scene?
Well, there's a fight. It's a space fight, isn't it?
It's a space fight, innit? Fuck me. That's what I'm working with today. Fine. Anya?
I'm not going to lie. I've not seen it either.
Sorry, what the fuck? You're the Trekkie and you've not seen it.
I watch the series, bro. I don't watch the films. It's the real.
So all of my friends in Latin America, Viva Argentina. And if you're not from Latin America, and if you're not from Argentina and you're from Brazil like Jackie, Viva Brazil. But yeah, I like my Argentine. Melbeck, here we go. I've just spilt that. Classy.
Nico's drunk already.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling ever so slightly lightheaded.
Do you have snacks at the ready just to settle it?
Eating's cheating, you bastard.
Fair play.
Right, yeah. So for Anya, drinking. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is good. Oh, that is lovely. Right, where were we? Jackie Gomez says the corridor fight in the raid, fucking amazing. But I've got my very, very atypical martial arts move mentioned on Twitter. We're going to get into that in a bit. Chris Trengro says Nolan's truck flip is arguably the greatest stunt ever. In a comic book movie. Oh, I would really like to listen to an argument that says otherwise. Francis Don says, Nico reminds me of this. Nico, it reminds me of the semi motorbike chase in Terminator 2. You're just being nice to me now, Francis, because you know we've both seen Terminator 2.
No,
Andy
you relate
Hart
to the scene, bro. It's just fair.
No, I know. But you see now, Francis has made like 5 big fuck you movies in a row to us to get us drinking. And now it's like, hey, I'll be nice. Here, have a Terminator 2. Andy Hart is like, best truck action scene, the freeway chase in the Matrix sequel. Oh, it's up there. The Matrix Reloaded is not a good movie, but oh my fucking god, that motorway chase.
That I have time. Oh, thank you. Who was that? Andy who put that up?
And of course, it was Andy.
Thank you, Andy. You have just given me my word. Thank you. I didn't have one earlier. Thank you.
Worst action scene. Ah, you didn't have a worst, really?
What?
You didn't have a worst?
No, I didn't. But
it's funny. The worst came from a movie that you saw with me and Anya.
Fair play.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mixed memorabilia says, surely Jackie Chan has to. So Jackie's a sticky one because yes, this like First Strike, the ladder fight, for instance, could have been in there. One of his old drunken monk movies could have been in there very easily. But I've got my martial arts movie that I'm going to stand by. Jackie Gomez says, I think the truck flip is in the Guinness book. It would not surprise me. Hardboiled hospital shootout. I love John Woo and Chow Yun Fat together. It's incredible. Sorry if you heard that. But by the way, AJ, drink.
I've actually seen the scene. I'm not going to lie. I came across.
I haven't. Fair enough.
I've not seen the film, but I've seen the scene.
Gavin Mann says, will any Buster Keaton feature? I know Andy mentioned it on Twitter the other day. It was ridiculous the amount of stunts he did himself. Listen, Buster Keaton is a god amongst men, and we are lucky that he has left us a body of work for us all to appreciate. Probably, if I were to feature one, it would probably be the one that Andy shared. That whole train sequence from The General is just, it's nuts. I mean, he puts a. The thing that will stick with me forever is the fact that he learned to fucking steer the train, and he then learned to, while the train was like moving, as the train does, there was a piece of wood in the front of the train, which he, a whole fucking log covering the rail tracks, which he flips out of the way with his legs. It's like, are you mad? Yeah. It's like 1920. Health and safety is not a big thing yet. Are you insane? Like, Buster Keaton's the man, bro. He's just amazing. Jackie Gomez to Anya. Anya is great. Please show up more. I know she's great. That's why I married her. She is amazing. Anya says, I told you guys one brew is enough. Shut up. I love you, but shut up. Francis Long says, Free Guy, the first team fight where Guy has finally reached level 100 and the goal is to not get killed. Free Guy was great fun. Have you seen it?
I saw it before you did, bro. I saw it in the cinema.
Oh, fair play. I didn't realize. Okay, fair play. Free Guy is fantastic. Mixed Memorabilia says, take the top of the bottle and let the wine breathe. It really makes a difference. Oh, this has been open a while already. My wife had this earlier tonight. Francis Lalonde says, The Blues Brothers, shopping mall car chase. Not a fan of that movie.
The beginning of the film actually bored me, and I refused to watch the rest of it.
I watched that film with Anya back when we were living in Thailand together, and neither of us got it. It was like, what?
Honestly, bored me, and I was just like, just allow it.
Is Spet film one at whole action scene? What's Spet?
Speed.
I hope. Oh, Speed. More or less. I mean,
I see the argument. Yeah.
Time to drink, AJ. Gavin Mann says, Sport. Snake on the basketball court in Escape from LA. Seen that one. Sydney and Billy versus Duck and King. White Men Can't Jump. I have not seen White Men Jump.
You've not seen White Men Can't Jump?
Nah, bro. You've not seen White Men Can't Jump? Or Escape from LA? I thought you were trolling me like a motherfucker there.
No. Gavin literally done a 2-pronged attack there.
Yeah, literally. Is that I'll take them both out in one. The Fantastic Four, 1994 fight scene against the Mole Man. Very good choice.
I put it on my hard drive.
Yep. For fuck's sake. Francis Lalonde, The Vampire, 1957. Lab Transformation. Cheers.
I warned you, bro. You haven't even
other great, but huh?
I warned you this is gonna happen. Not every day.
It's fine. The other great Buster Keaton that springs to mind is the Sherlock Jr. motorcycle scene. I've actually seen that one. Oh no, Chris Trengrove says, as a Chicago native, Nico, with you disliking Blues Brothers, you and I are now in a fight. But Chris, we're
Oh yeah,
friends.
because you two have always got along on Twitter, Nick. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But on YouTube, we do great together. All right, my number 8, and then it's over to you, AJ. In at number 8, we've talked about this movie so much, but it's where experience of cocaine bubblegum comes from. Mad Max Fury Road.
I toyed with Mad Max, you know. I did toy with it. It's in like a 12-13 position for me, if I'm honest.
Bro, it's
It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. There was even other film. There was one film I thought was like a guaranteed lock, and I'm still torn between two films. Like I've got 2 listed as 10 here, because I'm just like, which one am I going to go for? They're both like insanely bombastic.
Fury Road, man. It's like I've said a million times. It's Mario Kart, the fucking movie. It literally is. And I've said this again a million times on the old installments of the podcast. Some editing genius has literally interloped Mario Kart graphics and sound effects into that hurricane scene with Mad Max Fury Road, the trailer. And it just makes a world of sense. It's like, it is Mario Kart, the movie.
So
it's
I'm
just
going to
so
ask the screeners and yourself a bit of advice, because you kind of put me off recently on something. All right?
Tell me.
I'm contemplating getting a Switch. You said it's let you down recently.
So here's the thing about the Nintendo Switch. We're going on a weird movie time. If mine literally okay, so I've actually done something pretty cool with my Switch. Funnily enough, I've got it sitting right here next to me. Like, follow me. I've got my Switch sitting right here, right?
Okay.
What I've done is I've got the Switch connected to something called a HyperX. So you know the Switch dock?
Mm-hmm.
That's now my Switch dock.
Okay.
So what I've done, and it's connected to that monitor there. So what I've done is I've made it far more mobile and like desk friendly. Also, for those of you who live stream, much more like live stream friendly. Pro controller, very good. The problem with the Switch, AJ, is that while the games on it are they are good, they haven't kept me engaged. And I don't know if that's because I've changed as a gamer. I don't know if it's because I've become a platinum trophy whore, but there's just there's a lack of a sense of achievement with the Nintendo Switch.
So my thing at the moment is for 2 things. One, at the time I was hoping I could have caught like Netflix on a slightly bigger screen because I wanted to go OLED. Till Zany was like, you can't actually get Netflix on your Switch. Kind of put me off. But the other one is, when I'm going to the missus at the moment, before we take the step of going in to live together permanently, I just need a bit of gaming, and like I want to introduce her to gaming, which she's asked me to do, and I'm not in.
Well, then it's perfect. Then it's perfect. Say no more. It's perfect.
I'm not in the mood to be bloody dragging a PS5 left, right, and center. Like,
no, bro. What you have described is what the Nintendo Switch was invented for. You don't want to introduce like your missus. You don't want to introduce someone who's not been an avid game. I've got a fucking Superman curl going on here. It looks ridiculous. You don't want to introduce someone who's not been like a hardcore gamer who's going to invest like somewhere between 30 to 100 hours into a story, right? You know, Ghost of Tsushima, one of the greatest games of the last generation. It's a 50-hour game. Mm-hmm. Skyrim, which I'm trying to platinum at the moment, that's a 100-hour game. These are legendary games. But then you look at the Switch and you got things like Mario Kart.
It's Mario Kart that made me want to go into this transition. I'm just like,
if it's what you've described, it's worth it for Mario Kart. Mario Kart is sensational, although little bit of a GTA 5 thing about it. Mario Kart, this edition is technically a remake of the Wii U edition. We haven't had a new Mario Kart in years, but if you don't know, you don't know.
Bear in mind, and this is a weird statement, yeah? I've never actually owned a Mario Kart game.
The best one was on the Nintendo GameCube. Mario Kart Double Dash.
Again, I didn't even have the GameCube. I stopped at 60.
Hey, I got mine right. Hey, follow me. Or is it PAX? No, it's there. It's too far, though. Got a Nintendo GameCube right here.
So it's just one of those things. So Mario, I've played a shitload of Mario Kart. I played it on the Wii. I've not gone further than the Wii. I did have a Wii briefly. Like, I commandeered it from Zany for a bit. But, like, I've not owned one to be like, oh, you've just remade this. It's not going to kill me. And it's just portable fun, which can connect to a TV, is what I'm essentially looking for.
If it's for that, then do the setup I've got, because then you don't even need to take the dock with you. You can just take the HyperX. It's literally, it's about that big, that thin.
Cool.
So, and yeah, it basically gives you a portable system. It's great.
Nice. Yeah, it's not going to be like the world's biggest investment of games. No. I may dabble in a bit of Zelda and stuff like that. I keep hearing
yeah. For the purposes you've just described, get it. Oh, Anya also says I have Animal Crossing for Tammy.
Okay,
there you go. So you can borrow that. Now we've missed a few comments here. Chris Trengov, I can't stay mad at you. Thanks, Chris. Love you too. Chris Trengov says Mad Max Fury Road is one of the best action movies ever made. Period. I would agree with that statement. I would wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
It's a load of fun.
Francis Lalonde says Fury Road is practically one continuous action scene. True story. Fury Road, you don't have to pick a scene. It's the whole film from Andy Hart. True story. Anya Zed trying to troll me again. By the way, baby, I love your new little profile picture. Very cute. Star Trek 4. You haven't even seen Star Trek 4. Why are you trolling me?
Because she's probably putting like best Star Trek fight scenes.
Is this allowed? Like picking movies you haven't seen? Are we allowed to? Can we just veto this shit?
The argument is that it's scenes, isn't it? This is sadly the issue.
But she hasn't seen it.
But if she's just YouTubed the scene, it will take her all of it.
She's listening to us in the other room. I can hear me in like echo.
Doesn't mean she doesn't have a phone.
Why are you doing this to me?
Hmm?
Why are you doing this to me?
Happy birthday, bro.
Star Trek 6. Okay.
And because you're a man about it, I will join you.
Motherfucker. Francis Lalonde says, Battle Beneath the... Oh, for fuck's sake. Battle Beneath the Earth, 1967. I'm going to be fucked after this. Shoot Fight fans. AJ, when's your birthday? A Switch can be yours.
3rd of July. 3 days
3rd
before
of July.
You. 3 days before you, my bro.
Andy Hart says, as we are talking Mad Max, the opening chase from the original Mad Max. Oh, yeah. What?
When is in Fury Road? I was going to make it a mission to watch the rest, but I haven't got round to it.
Well, you owe another drink from Road Warrior before, don't you? Or did you drink from
Road earlier? I sipped it when Mad Max came up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Francis Lalonde, the Valley of the Guanji Arena. Sorry, an arena battle between an Allosaurus, and an elephant. I need to see this film. I must see this film.
Like this sounds like low-level B movie of all sorts. I can only imagine where this is.
No. What was that one? Dinosaur Priest. Or Velociraptor. What was it? Velociraptor Pasta or something like that.
Pasta or something.
Velocipasta. Oh my god. Comment down below, guys. Has anyone heard of this magnificent B movie called Velociraptor Pasta? Not pasta as in the drink. Pastor, sorry. Pastor. Andy Hart. Anya. 6 was the best Star Trek movie. There's no such thing as the best Star Trek movie.
Generations.
I said it. Mixed Memorabilia says, talking about gaming takes me back to Sega Mega Drive. SNES, absolutely brilliant days. Those were good days. That fucking Aladdin and Lion King games. God, they were hard.
You know what? To me, those were PC games. If I ever taught Mega Drive, my heart lies with Quackshot. The Adventures of Donald Duck. Absolute masterpiece. Like Nathan, Abby, if you're watching, Nathan would have played it. Abby, I told you about it. And there's this one prick. I have to get onto this. Sorry.
This one prick. Carry on.
No, I have to say this, right? This one prick, because to me, and my cousin actually phoned me once. She's like, "And we have to do it. One day we have to get a Mega Drive, so Calneck." Anyway, won't get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, she's like, "And one day we need to get a Mega Drive. We need to get Quackshot, and we need to finish it. We'll take the whole day. We'll finish it." I'm like, Carl, no offense, cuz I finished it. You finished it without me. Anyway, done that. So I was telling my sister this story, and we were like just talking about like funny scenes from Quackshot. Here comes the prick. You know those gamers who know every beat and heartbeat of a game? This game that has taken me a day every time I've played it finishes it in an hour. Doesn't blink. I'm like, what? No, like you prick. Like, no, Quackshot's not meant to be finished in an hour. It's finished in a day. Like, the games that don't have memory cards, you spend the whole day. You pause it, you go off to the TV, you have a meal to eat, and then you come back to it. You can't turn it off because if you turn it off, you're back at the beginning.
Yeah. Games that you could finish in a day. That's some old school shit there, man.
Yeah, man. Super Nintendo for me. Super Mario. Sorry, quickly. Super Mario All Stars. Mario 3, I was able to press select, so I could change Mario into every costume possible. Freaking loved it. Biggest cheat ever. Fucking loved it.
Aren't you admitting? To be honest, I haven't seen any Star Trek movies. I'm just trolling Nico. Star Wars all the way for me, I'm afraid. And that is why I married you. Star Wars all the way. Well, that and other reasons, but that's one of them.
Shoot Fight fans, come in. Star Trek's not that bad. Shoot Fight fans, we need you. We need you, Shoot Fight fans, right now. And anyone else who could say that Star Trek movies aren't that bad.
Mixed Memorabilia says Street Fighter 2, greatest ever, at the arcades and plenty 10p hours at home. Yes! That was good. Street Fighter 2 was the one. Oh, for fuck's sake. Francis, what are you doing? The shootist, final saloon gunfight. See, I thought it was going to be Mixed Memorabilia butt slamming us tonight. Francis Lalonde is taking us to town, man.
But bear in mind, this is Francis, not taking anything away from Mixed Memorabilia, but this is Francis's arena. Francis literally takes scenes and messes it up to fuck with people. So,
do you know what? I got Francis the other day, though. I got Francis the other day on Twitter.
Nice.
They did one of their jumbled up shots. I recognized that little fucking hair bun from anywhere. Unfortunately, it was Grave of the Fireflies. I was like, I know that girl.
Yeah.
No one had even commented. There weren't even any likes. First comment, Grave of the Fireflies. I was like, gotcha.
Nice.
Evil. Could you keep reading the comments while I am topping myself up with this tasty beverage?
So where are we? Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Mixed Memorabilia. Actually, I think Sonic and Mario, but they were huge. They were absolutely huge. Gavin Man at Anya, thoughts on unlimited power?
Bad.
And he says, Anya, that's just cruel. Anya then puts up the devil emojis. Francis is on, dude, harder laughter catchphrase.
Is that a movie? It's not a movie. I'm not joking. Carry on.
Yeah, there we go. Gwangi was the last
Harryhausen flick.
Okay.
Harryhausen's the one who Danhausen based his name off, by the way.
Cool. Oh, okay.
God damn it, Mixed Memorabilia. I haven't seen it yet. I really want to.
Ramen Ragav 2, apartment scene. Chris Chengrove. I think this could be with Velasa Pasta. I've heard of it now, Nico. Jackie Gomez says Velocipasta, aka the best awful movie ever made. I actually do need to get
I need to see this film.
I do actually need to see this. I've heard of that Velociraptor, but it's not. But not sure. No, it's real. IMDb have ratings for it. It's real.
No, it is real. It's a thing. A new movie, Raging Fire, Donnie Yen's Backroom Brawl. So I love Donnie Yen, but I haven't seen this one.
I've not heard this one, but this is part of the. I'll tell me if we need to drink to it or not. Worse than Birdemic?
No, we are absolutely not drinking to that.
Right, so here we go. Jackie
No.
Pasta 2. I'm so in for this. It's going to be.
This is going to be a Sharknado thing, isn't it? They're going to make like 6 of these.
Yeah. Francis Lalonde, believe me, it's worth. You must watch it. Shoot Fight fans, Iron Sky. You're damn right. So I can agree with this next statement from Shoot Fight fans. Star Trek is great, but the films are whack. I've not watched them, and I can't get into them, so I can kind of go with that. But I did love Generations. I thought that was all kinds of awesome. Jackie Gomez, Francis is just making up these movies. He better not be. I really hope not.
Francis, you better not be. I'm trusting you because it's much love in the film family. You better not be making
this is all based on trust, guys. This is all based on trust, yeah?
This is trust. By the way, feel free to join us if you want to have a good time. I'm feeling great.
Shoot Fight fans, First Contact is good, though. Thank you. I did actually appreciate First Contact. Of course, they haven't seen Shoot This. It's a Western. Ooh,
correct.
Andy, shots fired. Mixed Memorabilia. Okay, guys, a double for any action scene from gangs. Oh, where's he?
Double. AJ and Nico, the double. And the shit from the lane of one fuck all again.
I'm actually going for 4 because I've not seen 1 or 2.
Sorry. Stop screaming, you will wake up the baby. Sorry, honey.
Where were we?
Here. Comedy. Topper versus everyone. Hot Shots Duo Scene. Lloyd versus restaurant staff. That's a great shout. Lloyd versus the restaurant staff.
If Team America's been brought up before, do I have to really bring it up again?
No,
do I have to
you're
flip
fine.
again?
You've drunk for it once. You're fine.
Right.
Yeah. Right, AJ.
Right. An hour and 10 in. This is. Last week we had 4 people, and I'm sure we got to it before this. But anyway. Right. In at number 10, this is just wild, bombastic, stupid fun. There was one of 2 that I was going to go for. I won't mention the second one. But the first one's more fresh in my head, so I'm going to go with it. Django Shootout.
You love that film, don't you? And by the way,
I'm not even the biggest fan.
It's a Western.
Yeah, there you go, Andy. Ooh, look. Ooh. We saw cowboy hats and guns, and I quoted it. Bang, bang. Yeah,
all right, dude, love. Sorry, Cactus Jack.
No, more to the point. Do you know what I thought of like action scenes? I started to go into this wild, bombastic moments of madness. And there was one other film, which may be on your list, so I shan't quote it. But when I thought these are just, how can I say it? They're mad action films, but they go ridiculous at the same time. Django Unchained was one of them when he just goes all out for revenge. Like it's like you're like, yeah, you got him, but my God, is it ridiculous at the same time? So yeah, that was my number 10. Yeah. Okay. You know, I wasn't sure if you were going to go down the comment route. What? What's up?
Final shootout in Shane.
Guys, can we just give us time to get to the bottom ones? You know, maybe save your list till the end. Let the show run and then just go quick.
Climax shootout in the Wild Bunch.
Do you know what I think is realized? They now know that we don't like Westerns and they're just going to fucking start hammering it.
Throwdown, directed by Johnny Toe. Fuck off, Anya. Seriously. Starfleet battle in Star Trek 3. You've already brought up Star Trek 3.
You brought Star Trek 3. That's as far, yeah, we can't just go.
Star Trek 3 is done.
Frame for frame out of every movie.
No, forget that. Wow, Francis, you haven't seen Django.
Wow.
Django's big. AJ, your turn. South Park, big along.
Is there an action scene in that though? Be real with me.
Yes. Yes. When the Canadians on the UFO show an action scene.
And to acknowledge your other statement, Den the Tech, thank you. You said call you Den the Tech, I'll call you Den the Tech. Thank you.
Oh man, I'm feeling proper lightheaded, and I'm not gonna lie. Bowfinger, final chase to the Griffith Observatory scene. I know. I will actually get a bucket, baby. I'm not lying. Actually, get me one. I'm not feeling good. Bring me a bucket. I'll vomit on screen. I don't give a shit. But Anya, that wasn't a joke. Get me a bucket. By the time we hit I'm on my second glass of wine now, and it's already half finished. And we're going to be hitting the tequila in not that long.
Right. I'm going to start picking up the pace just a tad because we are 112 in. And for anyone who's not watching, it would be like you just get to
AJ, you went into the sun and you fucked us if you won the final shootout in the original Django.
Oh. Thank you, Andy. Sorry, I hope I didn't wake the baby with my shout because I know that probably did travel.
Nah, you're all good.
Oh, nice one. Well played. But Anya's watching.
Have we lost AJ?
No, I'm there. You're the one who's frozen.
Am I? Okay, sorry.
You were.
The final shootout in Johnny Toe's drug war. I recommend this movie so much. I'm drunk, mate. I'm not going to remember this.
But Johnny Toe, I think we saw twice. I don't even. Well, so I sipped to it anyway. So
different movie.
All right.
Anya, stop pitching Star Trek movies.
Kirk versus no, that's a piss take. That's a piss take. There is no way Kirk took on God. The only person who's ever taken on God, and Frank Torres will agree to that, is Vince McMahon when he tagged up with Shawn Michaels. No one else has taken on God. Right. I'm gonna stick to that.
Oh, come on, Andy. Time for Kryptonite. A Kevin Costner Western final shootout to no.
Considering how much I'd pull out Kevin Costner, I would have liked to have been able to say seen it, but it would be a blatant lie. So screw it.
That's literally Kryptonite for me. All you need to do is you need to put Will Ferrell in as the villain, and you fucked me completely.
No,
Will
it'll
Ferrell
probably
and
be
Kevin
Will Ferrell as the
Costner in a
hero and Kevin
Western
Costner as the
with
villain.
Idris
That was-
Elba as the bad guy.
Right. Okay.
Shit. Korean
Right.
film, Time to Hunt. Seen it. It's on Netflix.
Right.
Arnold
Okay.
fighting Satan. End of Days. Satan, played
Seen
by
it.
Gabriel Byrne. Seen it.
Seen it.
Somebody back me up. Anya, no. Enough with the Star Trek stuff. You're not getting me drunk on the count of fucking Captain Kirk and his bitch Spock. Stop it. I will get more and more rude as I get more and more drunk. I apologize. I apologize to the whole movie fandom for my drunken self. I am a better person than my drunken self is.
The only thing that's worse than a drunk AJ is that AJ who's losing at FIFA. It's not nice. I don't want to.
You should probably continue with your lists. Let's do it.
There you go. This is what I was saying. I tried to get there. Right. There are 3 things that are sure in life, and I nearly didn't do it. As I said, Batman with the backbreak was
Death Factors and AJ about comic book movies. Of course, you have to talk about comic book movies. Bring it on.
It was your thumbnail that gave it away. It was your thumbnail that said to me, you know what, maybe I have to bring this one up. And obviously, I had to pull up my favorite scene from this fight scene. I'm talking Avengers Endgame. Just the fight scene in total.
That's the one you went for, eh?
Right, it's epic. We're talking the culmination of 25 movies. Like, I obviously just pulled out one because she's the kick-ass out of that. For me, she was the kick-ass suprema.
You know where my loyalties lie, mate. That's not what
I
I would
know.
have gone.
Hence
Carry
your
on.
thumbnail.
It's a fantastic scene, but I don't think it can hold a candle to the OG. But carry on.
No, as I've said it before, and well, mind you, the putties are here as well, so I'm not going to get into it. But this was the culmination of absolutely everything from Iron Man onwards. We've had this whole catalogue of movies, and it's everybody in there to get their little chunk of everything. And obviously, I have to bring it up one more time for International Women's Day. Good old Wanda, you took everything from me. I don't even know who you are, but yeah.
Good international, happy International Women's Day. I'm surprised you didn't go for Captain Marvel there. The woman who literally put the whole armada onto her. I mean, Wanda did too, to be fair. Thanos headbutted Wanda and she headbutted Captain Marvel and she didn't flinch. And I'll never forget that moment. We were all together. Arnie was there too. We were all together in the cinema when she headbutted him and she just sort of went. And you could see, I know it was all CG, but whatever they did by mixing the CG and Josh Brolin's face was like,
bro,
he knew he was in trouble.
Do you know what it is? And as much as I want to see the unleashed Captain Marvel, Wanda, for all that the amount of films that the Scarlet Witch has been in, let's be honest, it took the series for her to become the Scarlet Witch, right?
Yeah,
that was the closest we saw of the unhinged, of the maniac, of the I'm upset and you don't want to see me upset. And it, she had him. It was unleash everything in order to stop her. She was.
Listen, the MCU is a place where they've very much got to get the characters to serve the overarching narrative that they're telling at the expense of comic book canon. Let's be real. Doctor Strange has been nerfed in the MCU. Completely nerfed.
Have you watched what
he is the strongest fucking Avenger. Like, it's not a debate. Like, but he's not in the MCU.
Bro, let's be honest. With all of this stuff, you need to make a movie. If he was who he was, it's like
there'd be no movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's open book, closed book, you know.
Cool. You're Thanos, that's cute. Bye.
Exactly. Have you watched What If?
No.
Bro,
it's not canon. It's not canon. It's a side thing. I'm not interested in it.
I think it actually helps.
The way I don't have faith in the Marvel series. I'm sorry. Other than WandaVision, they have not been good. They've been fine. They've been fine.
But no, this one for me,
Loki was fine. I enjoyed the last episode of Loki. The series as a whole was like, it's fine. The acting was good.
I actually hated the last episode. I thought the main guy was speaking for too long. He just wound me up. But no, this is actually quite good. For anyone who's read the comics, I think it leads into quite a few bits. And I've just watched what would happen if Doctor Strange has lost his heart instead of his head. Very good episode. But anyway, I digress. Right,
I've heard the Strange episode is excellent, by the way.
I have to see what's next. Right, into my number 8. It's the explosion scene from Swordfish.
Oh, mate, nice pull.
Yeah, bro. You know what?
Nice pull.
Yeah, that is for a film that can have mixed reviews. That explosion,
No, the
my
scene's
God,
amazing.
absolute beauty, absolute beauty. It's just when you see that explosion, you see all the ball bearings and everyone floating, and it's just this.
Yeah.
It's,
Great pull,
it's
mate.
the next best bullet type where it just goes round. It just goes all the way around, and you just see everything.
Mate.
Everyone exploded. Absolute beauty.
10 out of
Freaking
10
love
for
that.
that choice. Nice
Thank
one.
you very much. Really appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm really angry I didn't pick that. That's a really fucking good choice.
Cheers. I appreciate that.
Oh, right. Let's go through a few movies here. Andy Hart says Idris Elba has made an excellent Western. Probably why I didn't see it.
Harder Than Fall. It's on Netflix. Yeah. I've not watched
Francis
it all.
Stallone's Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell team up with. Do you know what? I've actually seen Land of the Lost because it had fucking dinosaurs in it, and I love a dinosaur movie. I've actually seen that one. Andy, I've seen your comment. We'll come to that later, my friend. Francis Lalonde, Hot Fuzz, Sanford Shootout. I'm not a fan of that film, man. I've seen it, but
Hot Fuzz. No, I did see it. I have seen it.
Yeah, you've seen Hot Fuzz. Gavin Manjane, Silent Bob versus Cockknocker, friend of Francis Lalonde.
Is that the first Jay and Silent Bob? Yeah.
Oh, first Jay. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. The first time we ever saw Jay and Silent Bob on screen was Clerks, wasn't it? I believe it was Clerks, but let me know in the comments.
Unless it's actually, I don't remember seeing Cockknocker, so you know it's correct.
Okay, Anya, this is the last Star Trek entry you get. After that, I am officially, for my own fucking liver, putting a veto on Star Trek as of now. This is the last one.
I've
Star
actually
Trek
seen
Generation. Okay, I haven't, but that's it. No more Star Trek. Vetoed. Why? Our show.
But also, I don't think there's many more Star Trek movies to go for anyway. But yeah,
she'll find something. She's now gonna go. She's now gonna go and look for random Polish movies to fuck with us. Watch.
Thank you. Thank you for giving her that idea. We just needed that.
No. She had the idea already. I know. She told me literally before the show, I'm going to get you poisoned and go and look for Polish movies. Paraguay film Siete Cajas. End scene. Have not seen that. How many am I going to have to drink here? Francis Lalonde. When Worlds Collide. First Pass of Zero. Nope, that's 2. The Day After Tomorrow. Flooding New York. Luckily, that's one of AJ's favorite, and we like it here on the Movie Mount Rushmore show. My God, I don't feel good.
The head's starting to feel a bit heat. You know when the room's starting to get a bit hot, and I don't know if it's the heating and the light.
You know what I mean? The t-shirt may have come off in it. No one wants to see that. Leave it on, Nico. Leave it on.
Yeah. We're gonna start stripping, guys. Slow it down. You can leave your head on.
Your head on. Now, what film do you think of when you hear that song?
Full Monty.
It's Full Monty, in it, but you know there was another strip scene in a movie with Kim Basinger and Mickey Rourke where they use that same song. It's much better. Kim Basinger gets very naked. It's very good.
The minute you say Kim Basinger, we've got Kim Basinger or Robert Carlyle. I mean, shit.
Or Tom Adie or whatever he's called.
The other guy from Only Fools and Horses, like, it gets better and better.
Chris Trangrove says, shit, what scene? I missed it, AJ. Swordfish, Chris. Swordfish. Swordfish is really good. Really, really good. Francis Lalonde, Shin Godzilla. I've seen Shin Godzilla. Do you know why? Because I'm a Godzilla. I love that.
And he does Japanese. So.
And let's be Japanese. So usually I'm quite a Japanophile when it comes to Japanese movies, which is why Chris Trengrove and I are now like this, because Drive My Car, amazing movie. Chris Trengrove says Clerks is the first time Jay and Silent Bob appear on screen. Yep. And it says, you still love me, Kirk. God, you're getting one. Move on.
Does Kirk actually take on God?
It's not happening.
Well, technically, it was said before it was vetoed, so I will drink it if it is. But I need, and guys, honesty, because it is Googleable or YouTubeable. Yes, those are words. Does
what
Kirk
the fuck is this? Hanassi clan chases and harasses McKay on his first day. What the?
To anyone listening to this podcast, I do highly encourage you to actually watch this episode. I don't think it's listenable. I think it's more of a watchable episode. Once again, Silver Screen Dudes on YouTube.
I'm not feeling good. I'm really not feeling good.
Right, let's just speed it up because for an episode worthy, like we're like 124. I haven't even said my 10, 9, 8. Yeah, I've done my 8.
Tell
so
me you've said your 8. Please tell me you've said your 8.
I've said my 8.
We're going to go through this a little bit quicker now, guys, okay? Whew. All right, my number 7. This is the martial arts movie I was talking about. Tom Yam Goong, or The Protector, as I believe it is known in the West. The Tony Jaa movie that most people haven't heard of. Really, AJ? Bro, I've mentioned this film to you before.
You have mentioned it. Just not had a chance to see it.
Oh. So, there's a scene in this movie in a stairway. Now, granted at this point, continuous one-shot scenes, or films indeed, have become a bit... Excuse me. Oh, sorry, I'm struggling. Have become a bit redundant. Because we've had movies like 1917. We've had movies like Birdman, where the whole film is made to look like it's one continuous shot, right? Now, obviously, Scorsese is one of the OGs for doing this. That shot through the back of the nightclub, which is all one shot. And when you see it, it's like, oh, wow. But there is this scene in The Protector. Let's call it by the real name. Tom Yam Goong, starring Tony Jaa. And if you've liked On Back and you've seen On Back, I cannot encourage you enough to go and see Tom Yam Goong. Let me bring up the image again because I just want to drive this point home. Do you see... Wrong list. That's your list. So you see Tony Jaa on the front here, right? Now look behind him. You see the staircase, the spiraling staircase in the background.
Or in front of him, as it were.
Or in front of him. But in the background of the image, I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that staircase goes on for like 7 floors. And the camera follows him all the way up the spiraling staircase for 7 floors as he proceeds to knock Bass the living fuck out of like 200 people in one continuous balletic display of martial arts. Now, you've got your old boys, you've got your your old boys, you've got your Korean movies, you've got your, your Chinese movies, you've got your Jackie Chan's, your Donnie Yen's, your Bruce Lee's, Hong Kong, I know, but you've got so many amazing, great martial arts scenes, no doubt. But there is something to it about filming a martial arts scene as a continuous shot up a staircase. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. And you, bro, I've shown you that final fight scene in Tom Yam Goong, which I showed you, which was the inspiration for the Crazy 88, right? It's like where he proceeds to literally break bones in the most creative ways imaginable. It's not that level of creative violence, but it's the balletic melange of fighting and cinematography in the scene that just makes every time I see it, I've seen this movie a million times. This is the movie that got me into fighting. Like, this, AJ. I was a pro fighter for the best part of 10 years. My wife knows this, has to fucking nurture me every day because I'm carrying injuries now from my fight days, right? It's because of this movie that I got into fighting. I saw this and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, what is this craziness? And the woman who I was seeing at the time said, oh, you could learn that here. Like, the Thais will teach you that shit. And yeah, they do. It's called Muay Thai. And it's the most amazing thing in the world. It's, it's what I did for 10 years. And I believe it's this scene that got me into fighting. Because I saw this and I was like, this is what superheroes do. This is the thing that Captain America looks at. This is porn for Captain America. That's what this scene is. It's Captain America porn.
Nice.
And it's one of the most spectacular fight scenes ever. Like, it's stunning to watch. If you haven't seen Tom Yam Goong or The Protector, please go watch it in its original Thai format. Don't watch a dubbed version. The story is, it's bare bones vapid as you like, but you don't come for the story. You come for Tony Jaa's fighting. And it's a thing of beauty.
Nice.
It is a thing of absolute beauty. Oh, for fuck's sake, Anya, what do you want? Mixed Memorabilia says, Yo, Jimbo, seen it. Akira Kurosawa-san. Anya says, slumber in a cabin interrupted by an amber. For fuck's sake. Anya, get me a bucket, please. Hard to Kill, Steven Seagal. Seen that one. Fantastic. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've seen that.
The entire second half of 13 Assassins. Amazing. I love 13 Assassins. Next memorabilia says, Nico, the Protector, aka the US release presented by Tarantino. Correct. Mark for Death, Steven Seagal. Bro, you're not going to get me with Steven Seagal. I've seen all the Steven Seagal movies. Indians raid a couple of strays from the wagon train. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I've seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. It's on Netflix. It's directed by the Coen brothers. I've seen that shit. Ha. Ha. Andy Hart says, one take fight scene up and down the staircase. We are back to Atomic Blonde. Don't worry, AJ. You have already had a drink for this.
I appreciate it, Andy.
Kirk versus God. Our survey says,
Screw it.
No, it's not happening.
I've done it. Don't what's that on me, bro. I've done it. It won't end otherwise.
Bro, I'm married to her. Trust me, I know it won't end. You just have to say no sometimes. Andy Hart says, brutal fight scene. Easton promises the bathhouse fight. Yeah. Viggo Mortensen goes full frontal. He's got a very large cock.
He also done that. He also done it in Captain Something. Den knows the film. Yeah, he enjoys getting his junk out. Anyway.
He's very well hung. He's pretty fly for a white guy. You know what I mean? I was like, go on, Viggo. You show your schlong, mate. Again, I apologize for some of the words coming out of my mouth.
I'm not knocking anyone to say that it's only from closer to the equator region, but hey, I said it.
You mean a black guy?
Yeah. Do it twice. I said his granddad's black, and I left it at that. Like I didn't want to bring it back up.
Next memorability says, Nico, totally appreciate your passion for that scene. Get the same. Yes, Bruce Lee versus O'Hara, correct. The last car chase and the Bluesmobile falls apart. The Blues Brothers, you're welcome. We already covered Blues Brothers. Oh, honey, you're trying to get me on a Clint Eastwood, Sergio Leone Western. I've got you all day long for that. For a few dollars more, the seen that. Got it. Red Scorpion, Dolph Lundgren, seen that one. Big Tone is here. By the way, Big Tone, thank you for coming on as one of our guest speakers last week. Really appreciate having you. Just dropping in to see if y'all are still standing. Big Tone, I'm fucked.
We there, bro. We there. We're not in, we're there. Right. Where we at? Chris
Rangrove says Eastern Promises is so good. Anya, my wife. Johnson single-handedly takes revenge on Crow Indians. Jeremiah Johnson, would you fuck off?
Bro, do you know what? Let's do it in stages. Let's get some things out because we're like 132.
Actually, sorry, we've got a few people to welcome in. Declan's here. I'm a bit late, but how's it going, lads? AJ looks struggling. Declan, bro,
Do you know what? It's more heat than alcohol, Declan. I've got to be honest. It's more heat than alcohol. I can shut up straight. For some reason, it's baking in my house, but I don't want to shout for someone to turn down the heating just because I've had a bit.
Do you know what? Baking's a great shot. I'm about to open my window. Ashley Beasley's here. Hello, Ashley.
Hey,
you
Ashley.
Guys drinking games over here? Sup, guys? Yeah.
Actually, give me a sec, bro. I think that's a shout. I'm gonna turn my screen.
Yeah, guys. Going blank for 1 second. Please bear with me while I open the window.
Okay, guys, that was the first Silver Screen Dudes intermission that you've ever heard. Well, we've done one where we forgot to do our intro, but yeah, Nico's opening his window. I've opened mine. The fact he's not come back yet has kind of scared me. I'm hoping he is going to come back. Kurt versus Tong Po. Thank you. Do you know what? I've not seen Kickbox. I'm not going to lie. We are going to leave. Oh my God. Nico clicks the comments, but I've seen like 100 comments. Bro, you still there? Just shout. That's all I need to know. He's gone for a cheeky toilet break, the bastard. Okay. I don't want to do drinking without him because that's just not going to work. Sorry, I've just seen this comment. Please confirm if it's true or not. The heat is caused by the alcohol. Chris, I'm very much sure that is the case. Nick, can you confirm this, bro? Oh, before I do it, my bro, Nath, yo.
What up?
Okay, here we go. Anya says, he's coming to yell at me, guys.
It's true. No, that's true. Okay. I've come to yell at her and said, you need to stop. You need to stop. She's having a great time in the other room. I have a bucket.
Oh, you got that.
No, I'm struggling.
We're talking
Each time that wine touches the back of my throat, my stomach does little.
We're talking drunk Rushmore, so we're going to share the drunk story, shall we, Nick? The drunk story. Once upon a time, Nico invites me and a friend of ours to a nightclub because he had VIP access. I have been working absolutely all day, and I've not had time to have a lunch break. Get to this club, and it's free vodka all day. Now, guys, this is just advice to absolutely anyone because my other aunt taught me this the day after. Never, ever do vodka and fruit juice. Always mix it with a fizzy drink because it will fuck your shit up. So imagine doing vodka and orange juice with no food. In the middle of, what was the nightclub, Nick? Go for it.
It's closed now, sadly, but it was one of the best nightclubs in London, Maddox. It's where Sienna Miller and Dr. Dre used to hang out.
AJ puked his guts out.
Oh, no. You are underplaying this. This isn't puke. This is like, this would make the Jackass boys look at AJ and go, I'm impressed. This was projectile puking. Like, this was so bad that he put his hands in he put his hands in front of me. He put his hands. Please get me some water, baby. He put his hands in front of his mouth, and the puke went through his hands. Oh dear!
It's only shared for drunk Rushmore, guys. This is not something that I liked. I'll acknowledge it, but it's one of those stories that, yeah, it's told once, it's told during drunk, and that was the only time I have puked. No, that's a lie. When I was allowed to drink at work, one night I knew it was coming, and so I've only puked twice for drinking, and I'm not making the Rushmore my third. Then
where are we?
The other guys
opening scene. Will Ferrell, piece of shit.
No, but I've seen the opening scene. Coincidentally, I didn't watch the rest.
Yeah, so have I. It's a piece of shit.
Hostiles is a great movie. Did we touch on that? Oh,
Hostiles.
Did we touch on?
Why do I think I've seen Hostiles?
I will take a sip just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, go on. I'll sip for that. I feel like I've seen it, but I'm not sure. Oh, Jesus. Shoot five hands. Anchorman fight scene. Behave. I've seen it. It's stupid. Come on.
What's this from, Chris? If you guys do another one of these, you're going to have to establish parameters. I had parameters. Nico just didn't share it on Twitter. My parameters are, you guys have to have your own top 10. Be as out there as you want, but it's only 10. That just avoids people. You are fucked.
Yeah.
You are fucked. Right, we're going to have to speed this up because I'm scared he won't finish otherwise. Right. Yeah. No, you guys have your top 10. Be as out there as you want. Drop your bottom 3 as we drop our bottom 3. The more you drop is the more we go for. Anything else, this is just not going to end. We're at 1 hour and 40. This is what I warned you would happen, but you thought it would be fun. Happy birthday.
It is fun. I'm having a great time.
But then is right now. Oh, fuck. I haven't seen Anchorman, bro. What am I? Sorry, I just saw Francis is coming. Right now, I said I wasn't going to name drop, but I've got an Echo Falls fruit fusion, summer berries, and later on, and it's because I'm cheap. I'm not going to lie.
It's summer berries,
bro. I like a rosé.
Well, later on, I got the tequila, bro. It's gonna get fucking messy.
I have Famous Grouse. Why did I go for Famous Grouse? Because if you have a Tesco Club Card, it's only £8.
Good man, I've nearly finished the wine. Yeah, we need to speed up, or I'm gonna be on.
Yeah.
Oh,
so stay safe, Nico and AJ. Thank you, Francis. Ashley Beasley says, "Woohoo, he lives." Gavin Man, absolutely any action scene in Duel.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go for the second duel as opposed to the first duel. If not,
Rainbow Connection. I don't get that reference.
Oh, Rainbow Connection. Maybe. Ugh, I'm not sure. Chris, Anya, we're all on your side.
Thanks, guys. I'm the one getting smashed here, but carry on.
Dolph Lundgren versus Matthias Howes. I'm not. Dark Angel, isn't that a TV series? Fact check.
Dark Angel is a TV. Dark Angel is a TV.
If it's not a film, sorry, not going to happen.
Never Back Down final fight scene. I love that fucking
Never
film.
Back Down. I have seen Never Back Down.
It's like an MMA film. It's so stupid, but it's great fun.
No, I've seen it. Chris Trengrove, Nico, don't do the tequila. It's not going to go well for you, mate. I appreciate that. Anya, I told him, but he didn't listen. Fair play. Anya also says, I love how she goes, I warned him, he didn't listen. Bang! Follow up with an attack.
Blue Duck's posty attack. You haven't even seen this film.
All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to call a parameter. I'm going to call a parameter. Anya,
if you haven't seen a movie, you don't get a shot. You have to have at least seen the film. Otherwise, it's just a Google search for alcohol poisoning.
Original Flight of the Phoenix, Final Lift. Flight of the Phoenix.
Nah,
I'm sure
it's a good film and I haven't seen it. Ashamed.
Flight of the Phoenix. No, I have seen Flight of the Phoenix.
There's no way you've seen that. Move on.
What?
No, Anya. There's no way she's seen Billy and Billy the Kid.
Thank you, Chris. That is the parameters. So for my birthday, fuck my bro so hard. LMO, Big Bro is getting drunk. He's talking loads. No. It's right. Thank you, Francis, for the tequila. Anya, Chris says at Anya, don't let Nico touch the tequila. People are actually worried for you, bro. Like I feel like
I'm not doing well here.
Exactly, Angel. Rainbow Connection. Thank you. I got it. Yeah. They've said Tesco ad. I had to look. You asked what I was drinking. I wasn't name dropping before, but yeah. When people be like, "Why has he got famous grouse?" Is that his drink? No, I'm a Southern Comfort man, or I'm a Jack Daniels man. Also a bit of Hennessy and Cavassier, but famous grouse is cheaper. Dark Angel is a film. Thank you, Mixed Memorabilia. Andy says Lonesome Dove is a TV show. What is cheating? What is cheating? Andy said Dark Angel.
We've done it.
We've done it anyway. It's not the Jessica Alba series.
Ultraviolet. We've actually seen that. It's fucking terrible.
Was Ultraviolet the one that I ripped when we done Throwback
Yes.
Guys,
we had Ultraviolet and Rumpelstiltskin. That's going way back.
Go way back. We have a Throwback Thursday section. You have to. For like absolute pure comedy, Silver Screen Dudes review Ultraviolet and Rumpelstiltskin. Like, I barely laughed. Absolute.
We lost it. I'll never forget your line. I just want to know if you exist. I'll never forget you saying that. All right, cool.
Right, I agree with Chris. Like, I think people might actually be getting bored, and we are at 142, so we are gonna.
Cool. My number 6. I'm going with this. My number 6 from a movie which is from a franchise which I personally love because I love the IP, but excuse me, Jesus Christ. The movies are not great, admittedly. It's the second Transformers movie, Revenge of the Fallen, the forest fight scene. Now, I'm not talking about the movie. We're talking scenes here. The movie is a steaming fucking mess.
It was crazy fun. I'll give it that.
That forest fight scene is fucking stellar. I won't hear otherwise. It is stellar. What they did, it was actually quite clever. Yeah. Why you do this to me? I've become incoherent on podcast. Right. Yes, this forest fight scene, it was actually stellar because they took beats from some classic Transformers episodes and the original Transformers animated movie, and they incorporated them into this forest scene. It's Optimus Prime basically going beast mode on everyone. It's Prime fighting the Decepticons by himself, getting his ass handed to him. Then, for the first time in this particular movie, the sword comes out And he does the thing which they've now copied and pasted into every movie, so it's become boring. But as I said, he goes beast mode and he goes, "You'll never catch him. I'll take you all on." And he proceeds to destroy the Decepticons. Now, whereby the first movie, the problem with the action was that the camera was all too close, right? They learned, pull the camera back. Let us see the action. I made this point in my Batman review. Pull the camera back. And we got to see Optimus Prime doing his badass fuckery. It was so good. And, you know, this isn't a spoiler. This is now over 10 years old, this movie. But it ends with the death of Optimus Prime. "Sam, where are you, Sam?" But there's a line they drop in here where Megatron pierces him, and while he's got his sword arm inside of Optimus Prime, changes it into a gun, and he just drops the line that comes from the old animation movie. So it's kind of like a tip of the hat, and he goes, "You're so weak," and it's just like, oh shit! You went there.
Question: did you not like me? Is this your only Transformers?
Yes.
I'm shocked you didn't go original animation where we see the official death.
I've talked about it ad nauseum.
Action scene is action scene, bro. This has to be top 10.
Listen, that opening of the original animation is one of the greatest things ever. But okay, so context. The reason I'm bringing this in is because Transformers, understandably, the movie franchise comes in for a lot of shtick.
Long live Bumblebee.
Probably none more so than Revenge of the Fallen, because Revenge of the Fallen's a weird one because it's bookended by what are arguably the two kind of good, and I use the word good very liberally here, but kind of good Transformers movies, the original and Dark of the Moon. After Dark of the Moon, forget it. The franchise it gets even.
Do you know what? I can't remember if I've seen the third one, but I remember
third
I was
one's
going to do
good,
the
bro.
collection, and I've not gone further than
the third one is good. The third one is legitimately good. It's really interesting that they relate the Transformers to the 1960s space race. It's really interesting what they do with the final battles and how the characters develop and, you know, the history of Cybertron. It's fun. And the second movie's not good. I like it because I'm a Transformers mutt, but it's not a good movie. I'll say that. It's a guilty pleasure. However, the forest scene is a thing of fucking beauty.
You've touched it. I don't want to be rude. It's just that we're 147 and we're not even in top 5.
Go.
Right.
So Declan says, do anime movies count? Most fucking definitely they do.
Hell yeah. Not that I put any, but they count.
Andy Hart says, the only actually good Transformers movie was Bumblebee. I will agree with that all day long.
Yeah.
A little bit unfair on the first one, but for most part, I would agree with you all day long.
I just had major confusion of who was who in the first Transformers movie, and that fucked me. Like, I've said it before. I Transformers and Mask are one big blur of cartoons for me of my childhood. I'm not a deep Transformers guy, so I wouldn't know to be able to distinguish, and I didn't know who was good from bad at points. In number 1, 2 was a bit more obvious.
Okay.
Right.
I'm so fucked.
That is your number
6.
So it's over to me, yeah?
Yes, please go fuck.
Right, okay, here we go. Someone mentioned it earlier. Oh boy, the corridor scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. All kinds of freaking awesome.
Visceral.
Gotta love the fucking hammer.
You gotta love the fucking hammer.
I could never pronounce Thor's hammer, but this was equal to that. That it done some shit. Okay, so that was that one. I just thought it was an absolute brutal scene. It's one of those things that you find yourself excuse me. You find yourself cheering, then as the story develops, you're like, maybe I shouldn't have cheered. But that's another story in itself. Again, I don't know who has seen and again, guys, we're talking original Korean. Josh Brolin has done one. Even if you have to find dubbed, even if you have to find subtitles, watch the original because the cinematic art of the original.
Oh, it's great.
Brolin's one can't touch it. I'm sorry, it just can't.
Oh no, we don't talk about
cinematic.
This.
The cinematic.
It's weird
art.
To say we don't talk about a Spike Lee movie, but we really do not talk about this Spike Lee movie.
You can't. It's because the originals, Far East, have a way of developing stuff. Yeah, the Far East,
especially Korea.
Yeah, like it makes shit. Yeah. It's graphic, man. So that's the way that goes.
Do you know the only thing that didn't sit right with me in Old Boy is the fact that he was just like, Now I can fight.
I get it. I get it. But if you've been locked up for that long, some pent-up anger will make you just want to unleash. So I kind of give it that kind of, yeah, I'll give you a block.
Ah, Francis Lalonde, you think you're clever? Train to Busan, huh? I see you.
Yeah,
I
nice
see
try.
you. We've seen Train to Busan. Ha!
Nice try. Nice try. Right. In at number 6, I actually thought originally this was at my number 2, but the more I started going through and thinking of other films, I was like, no. The lobby scene in The Matrix.
Of course. I left this off specifically because I know you would have it on.
I actually thought it was going to be my number 2, but
I actually thought it was going to be. No, now that I hear myself say that, no, this is never going to be your number 1. Carry on.
There is only one number 1.
There is only one number 1. Of course, there is only one number 1.
Yeah, I always remember this, and the story is for any avid listener, you will know it. My dad went to see The Matrix in the cinema. Didn't even know what this steampunk shit was, as far as I'm concerned, when I saw the poster. I was like, oh, whatever. I remember, and this has never happened. Nate, you can back me on this. One thing that never, ever happened for us, because my dad worked at the school we went to, and he had to be there for 8 o'clock. We never, ever turned on the TV before school. It was just not a thing. So all this stuff like Gargoyles and Biker Mice from Mars,
Gargoyles was the
I've
shit.
never seen them. I've seen like
so
I've seen a bit of an episode, but I never got hooked on them. All right, it just wasn't that for me. This film comes out on VHS. Yeah, we're going that old. It comes out on VHS. My dad wakes up mega early to go to Tesco's another Tesco ad, Nave, go for it, to buy this tape. He also says, for the first time ever, I've got The Matrix. I'm like, okay, Dad, whatever. He goes, we are watching this tonight. There is no argument. We are watching this tonight. But before we do, have a look at this. And he fast forwards to this lobby scene. And obviously, without context, you don't know exactly what's going on. I appreciated it later on that night. But it's when he walks through the fucking metal detectors and they're like, can we check your bag? And he opens up and they're like, holy shit. And then the madness ensues. Like, that scene is absolute madness.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Gotta love it.
With the original Matrix, I probably, just because of how iconic it's become and also how memed it's become and how much it's been spin off, I might have swung with the bullet time.
But in fairness, bro, is that not the end of the lobby scene? Like, it goes, it's not a continuous shot. But it's
for me, that's a separate scene. That's the roof scene as opposed to the lobby scene.
I get it, but it's as the lobby scene finishes, you get to that point. So I kind of count it as all as one.
Oh,
don't turn the camera off. If you are going to do that, turn the camera off. That
if I spew,
yeah, I'm not even sure if that's pullable material. Like it's not right. It's not right to do that. And also, for the record, I'm a person.
Jackass made a ton of money doing it.
If I see puke, I want to puke. So yeah.
Then I'm definitely not turning my camera off.
Fuck you. Right. So
the bucket up here.
The lobby scene from The Matrix is my number 6. Over to you.
A few comments quickly. Chris Trengrove has said, I had a comment from Chris Trengrove. Hey, where's he gone? Excellent choice, AJ. Old boy. Yep. Why are you not coming up? There we go.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, memory agrees. The original Park Chan-wook Old Boy is a masterpiece. 100% it is a masterpiece. Gavin Mann says Old Boy should make the Rushmore. I agree. Chris Trangrove says The Fugitive Train Crash. Great shout.
Can't see it.
Oh, fuck. Shoot Fight Fans, aka Dan the Tech, King of the Kickboxer Final Fight.
I feel like I should hold him like when he says finally fight. Unless they say finally fight, we shouldn't have to slip to that.
Bro, I'm not lying. Every time alcohol touches the back of my throat, I'm like, ugh.
Did you eat just prior to the show?
I had a vegetable teriyaki udon.
I had a meal.
It was very. I had a meal deal.
I had a meal deal, 2 rolls, and a quick finger. I'm hoping it carries me through.
Yeah, you're doing better than I am, bro. I'm struggling. Ashley Beasley loved you. Ashley says loved Gargoyles, watched it religiously. Oh yeah.
Quick question, because I do feel like I've missed out on that and Biker Mice from Mars. Are either of those on Disney Plus? I think Gargoyles is on
Gargoyles is on Disney Plus.
I may give that a spin.
So good.
So good. I may AJ Biker Mice from Mars. If you know, you know.
Oh,
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I may AJ Biker Mice from Mars. If you know, you know. I may AJ Biker Mice from Mars. If you know, you know. 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 If you know, you know.
Chris Trent, if I've seen one of your comments here, we'll save that because if I know my best friend, I know that's going to be his number one. Big Tone says, time for some Poundland DVD shit. Ninja Kiloton, allow that.
Fuck you for
What?
buying Poundland shit, bro. Just fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you for buying Poundland shit. Exactly.
No offense to Poundland. Like, I bought t-shirts from there.
Maximum offense to... Oh, God, I don't feel good.
Please don't make this a one-man show, bro, to the end. I don't mind. I will, but don't. Like, hang in there. We have faith.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying.
The window helped, though. The window fucking helped.
Did it fuck?
For me.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can hold it. You know? I'm really
Sorry.
not feeling good there.
2 comments here that I just absolutely love. Chris, I'm going to come back to your other comment in a second. However, my brother, let it out, Nico. Followed by Andy Hart saying, Nico, drink some water. Chris has said, I saw The Matrix 3 times in the cinema. I honestly wish I saw The Matrix in the cinema at least once. I actually am disappointed in myself. Chris, your second comment, I believe Nico would have it. It nearly made it for me because that's one of the films I have seen from that range.
You can bring it up. It's not on my list.
Okay, cool. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, but at Helm's
I've got a Lord of the Rings, but it's not Helm's Deep.
Yeah, I thought that was actually cool.
Helm's Deep was amazing.
What about the sheep? Fuck the sheep. No time for that, bro. I know a joke like that, and I'm not going to get into it, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know what film that is, but unless you quote the film, I'm not drinking because we're at that point. Chris, again, I agree. People might be getting bored, but rapid fire, quick top 10. Just Fuzz Aldrin, 10 Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. That's a song. Apparently, some could take this for what they. Have you heard the story behind I'm Turning Japanese? You know the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the song?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Some say that's a song about self-pleasing because he keeps talking about I keep looking at your picture, and apparently it's him having a good self-please, and he's squinting his eyes. So it's a bit of a racial connotation of why he's turning Japanese because his eyes are squinting. If you didn't know, now you know. Have you talked about car chases? I see Bullet poster. I love that car chase in the first Bourne film. Seen those. I myself don't really have any top 10 lists. Okay. Andy, I actually have at least 5 more films you ain't seen, but I'll spare you, man. Appreciated.
Appreciated. I'm
worried about you both, especially Nico. Bro, I'm good. I'm
fucked. I'm struggling.
That sheep is from film Black Sheep.
No. Be nice.
Sword fights Qui-Gon Jinn versus Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Maximus versus Caesar, Gladiator, and Knights of Ren fight scene Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Fuck. Right, where are we? I've done my 6, bro. It's over to you. You're 5.
My number 5. D-Day Landing, Saving Private Ryan, fucking awesome.
You're 5,
yeah?
My number 5 too.
Your number
shit,
5
hold on. Your list. Fuck. No, okay, so mine a punt. Sorry. Now you know you're fucked because I'm putting out each other's list. Mine a punt.
You're 5.
Oh, yeah. My number 5. So I'll be honest. I was looking for a scene from the Raid, and this came up, and I've seen it. So I've not seen the Raid Redemption, but this was a fucking awesome scene.
Yeah.
Mad Dog versus the Brothers.
Mad Dog.
Oh my days! What a fight! What a fight! 1 man versus 2, and he can hold his own.
I love the way my wife is like, I think it's time to call it a night, you guys. Fuck you and your Star Trek, baby.
Exactly. You caused this problem.
This, what you see here? Me being, I mean, I'm pretty white as it goes, but me being this white, that's you. You did this to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That fight scene, the 2 bros taking on Mad Dog, is absolutely insane. And there's no weapon. It's just, it goes all in. It goes all in. I thought that was fucking awesome. I must admit, it's a YouTube thing, guys. If you haven't seen it, search Mad Dog versus the Brothers. It
is insane. What they do with the by the way, a lot of people think what they're doing with that martial art is Muay Thai. It's not Muay Thai. It's something called Chaya. Muay Chaya.
Is that also from Thailand?
Yes.
Okay, nice. But yeah, freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Come on, bro. You could do it. What's your number 4?
My 4, yeah?
Oh, by the way, guys, again, see The Raid, and I have to see Raid Redemption, but I saw that scene. But yeah, anything Tony Jaa does normally kicks ass.
Tony Jaa's not in The Raid, bro.
I keep doing that. Anyway, we move on.
Tony Jaa's... The Raid is an Indonesian movie. Tony Jaa is Thai.
Thai, yeah. My bad.
I may be drunk, but I'm not that drunk. In at number 4, you talked about Avengers earlier. I've got an Avengers game. I'm going to talk about what I still believe is the best. For me, it's the best comic book movie ever made, bro. It's Avengers Assemble, or Avengers, just as it was known in Europe. The Battle of New York. It's perfection. Now,
I prefer to call it Avengers Assemble because there is that Uma Thurman, I can't remember who it was. That was also
okay, cool. Let's call it Avengers Assemble. It's perfection for a comic book movie. It's so strange that when we've reached the levels of comic book movie geekdom that we've reached, this is just opinion, obviously. I don't believe this has been topped. For me, if you wanted to make a blueprint for like the perfect comic book movie, it's this. That's the whole movie. But
so
the
I have
battle
two
for New York, bro. The battle for New York, when they first assemble and that camera pans around them, you know, when the Hulk arrives and he slams down one of those Leviathans, and all of the Chitauri for the first time in that battle are actually scared. And it starts with the Hulk just doing that bah! Roar, and that Alan Silvestri bum, bum, ba-da, track hits in, and it pans around them. And then not only do you get that iconic moment, which, let's be honest, that is now that's cinema history. They made cinema history in that scene.
100%.
And Endgame didn't do that, but that pan around shot is now cinema history. That is part of cinema history's icon. After you had the shot that makes me, fucking wet every time, which is that one shot where it goes from Cap to Iron Man to Black Widow to Hawkeye to Thor to Hulk, and it's all like one continuous shot showing what all the heroes are doing in the battle, like a zigzag through the whole battle. It's like, come on, man.
So there's
like,
a part of
this
me
is
that's
just
slightly bitter
goodness.
through Justice Avengers, right? But that's a personal beef. But I also had the overhype. A slight overhype, but not overhype because it's justified hype. But everybody was like, you need to see Avengers. And that's why I try to avoid hype nowadays. But it's that. But I also say the reason why that doesn't hit, and again, Endgame would be me being a hypocrite. It feels like they're taking on the putties in Power Rangers. I always feel like it's secondary characters.
You can say that for every movie. You can say that for every
movie.
It's
true. It's true.
They did it in Age of Ultron. They took on the parties. In Avengers Infinity War, they took on the parties.
Even my number one. Even
Endgame, they took on the parties.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a hypocrite for saying it, but that was my one beef as to why. That's why I used to give Civil War its props, but it didn't make the list. But
fuck Civil War.
We digress.
Seriously, the stakeless fight where nothing happened. Seriously.
Anyway.
Mandrake says the Raid or Raid 2, which is better? I'm gonna go with the Raid.
Do I need to take a sip? Because I've seen this. Oh, fuck it. I've not seen the film. I just saw that.
No. You're a good man for doing that. You're a better man than I am.
Yeah. So I can only go with the Raid because I've not seen the Raid 2. That's just.
Listen, I'll echo Chris Trangrove's words. The Raid 2 is. Oh. No.
The set pieces are brilliant.
Keep it down. The Raid 2 is brilliant, but I personally prefer the premise of the Raid.
Cool.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Francis. You and Anya are both to blame for tonight. I'm just saying.
So I was going to leave this at the end, but I'm going to make this caveat now, just in case some people tune out, because we're 2 hours and 3D. If this is your first time watching or listening to the Movie Mount Rushmore, it is normally a lot more disciplined.
Yes,
we will have, by the time the 3rd of July comes, we will be a lot more disciplined. There will be a top 10. People have to do it. As many people can come in, but your bottom threes come in at the same time as our bottom threes, and we'll work it that way. It's also going to be a time I'll be celebrating the fact that Den has bought me a Nintendo Switch OLED, but that's a different story. He mentioned it. I'm just being cheeky, especially as I went for OLED as opposed to Switch. But yeah, we are a lot more disciplined. We do discuss films. We go into regions. right now we just have to hit it because we're deep
this one was for our regular film family. If you're a new viewer, then we apologize for our behavior and specifically my appearance, because AJ, you look like you're holding it together well, my brother.
Just be honest, sir. Do you see it? That's what's left. That is what is left of the Echo Falls. And now the bottle is empty.
Really not doing good.
Right. Okay. Oh fuck. How did I do that? It touched the screen. Maybe I am drunk. Maybe I am drunk. I just saw the trickle of liquid down my screen. That is not what you want to do to a MacBook Pro, even if it is.
No, it's not.
Right. No. Right. Okay. So in at number 4, it was your number 5. The landing from, like absolute.
Bro, it's listen, for all of the sentimentality that Saving Private Ryan has, for the stupidity of the idea of the overall narrative and the plot, we're talking scenes here, yeah? Forget the whole overarching narrative of the movie. I can't believe I'm using words like overarching in my current state, by the way. I deserve a fucking medal. Oh my god, tough indeed, mate. I don't feel it. I deserve a medal, but
come on, bro.
I got it. I'm gonna hold.
But to be fair, you've done beer and wine. Do you know what it is? Beer and wine, you should be fine.
Tequila coming up. I don't think I've got it.
Beer and wine, you should be fine. If you've done wine and beer, that's when you should have felt a bit out there.
I don't know if I've got the tequila in me, you know?
It's fine. It's fine. I think we got a pass from most people. I don't even want to open the famous grouse. Also, Nath, if you're watching, do you have my E&J? Because I only brought this famous grouse because I couldn't find my E&J bottle. But yeah,
you cannot see that. But yeah, Saving Private Ryan, that opening scene, the D-Day landings.
I'm not going to say it's the only good scene of the film, but it sets the tone for the film so much that even in the parts where it's not as good, that has you captivated that you're like, I'm going to pay attention to this. And I always say this, right? I watch films, and when it comes, obviously I watch films, otherwise I couldn't be on this fucking show. But more to the point, when it comes to, as you guys have said, someone put it as a fan selection a couple of seasons ago, biopics. Biopics are something that I've learned to really appreciate as a genre of category of films. Saving Private Ryan, when it came to that scene, it's the first film I've seen and watched that made me go, damn, this is what war was. This is what these soldiers of either end, I'm not here to judge or what have you, but this is what war is or was. This is lives at stake. There's no playing with this. Even though it's not based on a true story, it brought war to my attention. And that's why I always love that landing scene from Saving Private Ryan.
It is. Remember what we said? Like, there were war veterans from World War II who saw that and had to walk out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my burps internal, but if you can hear it, I'm really, really, really sorry. It's disgusting. I know. I'm really, really sorry. But yeah. Where were we? Shit. Where were we?
Okay, so that was Saving Private Ryan. Unless there's more you want to add, just shoot for your number 3, bro.
I'm gonna shoot for my number 3 here, but come on, let's look at the comments. Man, I see some fire between Chris Trengrove and Mandrake here about the whole Avengers thing. Listen, each to their own. I think Mandrake just said that there's a certain word that you use that I actually do agree with. The MCU movies do feel sterile. It's like they're perfectly produced, they're generic, they're formula. But it's true. It's true. They are. No. When you compare the cinematography in the Avengers Assemble to something more recent like the Batman, which, listen, as a photographer and as an editor, what they did with the Batman with like those deep apertures and with color grading, I personally loved it. And it was something so beyond what Marvel are capable of doing. Which, AJ, how crazy is it for me to say that what something DC produced is beyond what Marvel are incapable of doing? But it's true.
But it's the whole tones. Marvel have this universe. This film, Matt Reeves has directly said he doesn't want it in the DCEU. So it's this masterpiece.
And he's so right. He's so right. He's so right.
But bro, in another view though, it would be the perfect setup for the reboot of the DCEU. You know,
Well, Flashpoint.
Obviously, Flashpoint is going to be that movie. By the way, I just want to comment on this. There's two things I want to address. First of all, Francis Salon has been joining us on this.
And hey, go on, Francis. Respect to you, my friend.
Me am drunken too, so I'm guessing you're pretty much.
Me am drunken too. Respect, Francis.
Gavin, is the Raid 3 still on the cards or has it been shelved? It's meant to be. I thought it happened. Thank God it hasn't, because I'd have to agree to that.
To my knowledge,
Chris Trent Grove says we're all proud of you, Nico. Mandrake says CGI armies being fought in sterile fashion by CGI. Fair enough, I kind of go with that.
Yeah, I see that.
Saving Private Ryan, sniper shot to the eye, very powerful.
Yeah, amazing.
Chris says, I think Raid 3 is shelved. Mixed memorabilia, Sicario traffic scene. Fucking awesome.
One good scene in Sicario. Oh.
Jackie Gomez says, AJ looks like it's just another Tuesday.
AJ's holding it together well, you know.
Now, if you do have my E and J, I did see you put E and G. Yeah, you said not a fan of E and G. You have no shame, but he doesn't want my E and J. The Muppet movie, Animal Saves the Day. We have seen that.
See Muppet movie. Muppet.
I might take the bridge defense in SPL over the bridge. Okay. It's SPR, I believe that was. Border scene features. Mandrake says Sicario border scene features the worst, most nonsensical enemies in any cartel. Fair enough.
Listen, Mandrake, I was not a fan of Sicario. I'm very happy to share that very small island with you. I'm one of the few people who seems to think that Sicario was a pretty boring movie for the reasons you just said. So respect to you.
Christian Grove, I think it's the best. No need to risk making it a difficult fad. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Jackie Gomez
Arriba, abajo, al centro y adentro. Muchas gracias por todos mis amigos.
Right, Chris, I need to defend myself on this, and this is what I was giggling at earlier. Did AJ say he's not here to judge the sides from World War II? No, I am not praising the Nazis. As a black man, that would not be any form of defense ever.
Because you know, the Germans from World War II, they might have had something to say to you.
I'm pointing at the fact of those who had to follow what their nation's leaders told them they had to do. People lost lives on either end. I have German friends, Annika, Malta, shout out to you guys. I have other German friends, mind you, but those are my main codies. People lost lives, and that's what I'm here for. I'm talking about war, and either side of war, people lost lives just for following what their leaders are. I do believe, even down to.
Can I take a moment to say something, since we're in the process?
Are we going into current events?
Yep. I just want to say one thing
very briefly, because I don't want to.
Very briefly. This is a movie show. I'm not here to have political discussion, but there's one thing I've been seeing, and this is absolutely not to dig at anyone in this group. I love you all. You are not, I believe, you're all open-minded, wonderful people. I don't believe that there's a dig here by. What?
Just want to follow up where Chris is like, AJ shot. No, again, Hitler would not have defended me. So
I just want to say one thing. I think it's monumentally unfair that people are having a go at the Russian population. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the leader. I'm not talking about the government. I'm not talking about the people who support that government. I'm talking about the helpless citizens who are essentially threatened with murder and genocide if they don't follow what they're being told. There's too much that I've seen online of people saying, fuck all of Russia, fuck all the Russians. It's not fair. Like,
Mandrake, I'll let you finish.
Now, is the world behind Ukraine? Yes, absolutely. Is what's being done at the moment a human rights tragedy? Absolutely. Is Putin committing war crimes? Absolutely. Do we want to see Putin burn in hell? I'll fucking say it. Send the KGB after me and anthrax my post. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and everything you stand for. Yes, the man should be assassinated and killed. I'm saying it here online. I don't care. He's committed violations against human rights. He should be assassinated. He's not a human. He forwent that right when he decided to kill innocent women and children. He's not human anymore. However, the people who just, because of the place where they were born, happen to be in his country, they don't deserve the internet's hatred. I think there's a very clear line that needs to be drawn between the very small body of people who run this government and this initiative to essentially reignite another Cold War and start another USSR versus the poor, helpless civilians who just by chance happen to be Russians. So what I call for right now, not that I have any say to do this, because guess what? I've got 3,500 subscribers on YouTube. I am a nothing in the grand sphere. I'm just a guy who happens to be blessed with a beautiful family, which is my wife and my daughter, and I happen to be running a podcast with my best friend who I've known for over 20 years. I am a nothing in the grand scheme of the world. All I ask for the few people that will hear this, not that I think that you will be one of these people, but just, a snowball effect is a wonderful thing. Spread the word, tell a friend to tell a friend. There's no need to hate on the Russian people. They're innocent in all of this. And I've seen so much of it online, and it makes me sad. It kind of reminds me of the whole, F the ends after England lost in the Euros. It's like, really? You're going to attack them? It's kind of like a bewilderment to me. It's like, don't attack the people who have nothing to do with it. Like, hey, Putin, like, I'll support you on that. You should be where to sign the petition to have him assassinated out there. But like, don't hate on the Russian people. They're like,
but where you condemned Putin to like, I hope he burns in hell. Declan's comment is absolute gold. I guess that's the last we see of Nico. As my best friend, touch wood, I wouldn't want that to see it happen. Also, I muted myself briefly. Thank you, Dave. Yes, you realize I sneezed twice. Yes, so bless you, and I appreciate that. I also want to say this.
Mandrake says lots of Russians are protecting their government's actions. Listen, if you are protecting the actions, which
I appreciate the alcohol's in you. It said protesting, not protecting.
Protesting. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Carry on. See, I'm trying.
Right. Yeah. But also, just want to say, Mandrake could put this up, and I know I haven't seen it. Cross of the Iron, I've not seen it. So,
Cross of Iron, I have seen. Sam Peckinpah's an incredible director.
Right. Kevin, man, Vladimir has left the conversation. Nico, Andy Hart, sorry. Nico, well said, and surprisingly eloquent under the circumstances.
Yeah, man. I think that's the last eloquence I've got in me.
Kevin, man, Nico, agree with most of what you say. If someone's government do bad/evil things, it's no reflection of the people. Correct. Totally agree.
Correct.
Francis Long, I always try to separate the actual villains from the subordinates. Example, World War II. This is exactly what I was trying to point to when I talked about Saving Private Ryan.
Correct.
Chris Trengrove, Russians protesting over Russians protecting. Indeed.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So that was my number 4. Your number 3, sir.
Fuck me, we'll get there. Right, my number 3 has been brought up a few times. I think it's the greatest shootout scene ever, and that is the shootout scene from Michael Mann's Heat with Val Kilmer.
So it was my number 11. It was actually on the list, and if you hadn't put the Avengers thumbnail up, that was actually going to be my number 8, if I'm honest. It was going to be my number 8.
Bro, Heat's incredible. Heat is absolutely incredible. Do you know what I love about what Michael Mann did with this scene? And it's a weird thing to focus on this specifically. It's the sound. Yeah. There's a certain, I think it was Mandrake a moment ago who talked about a sterilization of movies. And there's definitely something to be said about the way the guns sound in movies. It almost feels like a kind of like a .mp3 soundbite that's someone's downloaded from something like Envato or artgrid.io. It's like, really? That's how a gun sounds to you? It's a bit wank, isn't it? Not in a Michael Mann movie, and certainly not in Heat. But I know, look, the whole scene is amazing. Let's not be under any illusions about that. The setup, the way it plays out, the acting in it, the deaths, the surprises. Look, I'm way too drunk at this point to go into detail about the fucking scene. But the thing that will stay with me forever, and it's something that my father told me when he showed me this scene for the first time, and he said, "Listen to this. Just listen to the gun sound." What Michael Mann did with the gun sound.
Shout out to Days for that. He is a town man.
Listen, my dad, Days. Listen, I'm not going to name drop, but he's an accomplished music producer. I'm not going to name drop, but he's done some pretty impressive things in his career. But the sound in it of those guns. Some people call it punchy and meaty. I'd go beyond that. I'd say it's terrifying, because when you think about it, these guns like that were designed for one thing, for taking human life. You don't see an MP5 or a Tech 9 being taken on a hunt for a deer, right? Those types of guns were made to take human life. And Michael Mann has really fucking, I believe, driven that point home with the sound engineering and with
a good point that I've never actually stopped to pay attention to, but
they're scary. They're legitimately scary. You hear those guns with their deep bass and that really bouncing treble that they have, like the way the audio has been mixed in that scene.
And I'll be honest, when
put yourself in that part of LA, you'd be like, "Nah, get me the fuck out of here. I'm scared." It's terrifying.
When I was doing the top 10, I called my dad just in case I thought there's anything I might have missed out. And this was one of the scenes. And the funny thing about Heat, it took me forever to watch Heat because my dad always says it's a shit film. My dad hates Heat, but he says that shootout is fucking awesome. That is always been my dad's line. He's like, I hate the film, but that shootout is fucking amazing.
It is. It just is. I don't know quite how your dad doesn't like it. I mean, it's a cool heist film, man.
He just doesn't like it. He just
each to their own. Each to their own.
Right.
Chris says, I think the Heat shootout needs to be on the Rushmore. Holy shit, Francis, never saw Heat. Wow. Well, I'm not edutaining you. You've heard of the movie. But Francis, I cannot recommend it enough. It's really great. Really, really great. Really great.
Honest, I'm somewhat impartial. I will revisit it and see where I really land on that.
Mandrake says, I think Heat's extremely overrated. Do you know, I would actually agree with that. I think Heat is overrated. While saying that I absolutely love it, it is overrated. Like, people make it out to be like the be-all and end-all of cop movies or gangster movies. It's not.
Put it this way, we have a shootout and we have the act-off between two of our
literally the act-off. Yeah. Which I believe De Niro won, personally, but that's it.
Veto over Michael. Veto over Michael. Now that I've seen Godfather 2, I can say that.
Gavin, man, Val Kilmer's hair.
Well played, bro. Well played. Where's Aaron when we need you? When we need him for a quick Goldilocks reference?
What you saying, bro?
That would have been an awesome Goldilocks reference. Yeah. Right. So yeah, good shout. Great shout. Great shout. And that was your number 3, yeah?
Yeah, man. Your number 3.
So Gavin, this one may not resonate to you, but again, on second views of that. So Nico pulled up.
No, sorry, you got a drink. Last fight scene in Demon Slayer, the whole movie. Right, cool, drink.
Nico went for John Wick 2.
Oh shit. Heat sucks, AJ. Your dad is 100% right.
Thank you. I do need to revisit that film. So I nearly went for John Wick 3 with the dogs. Right? I thought that was absolutely insane. There was another anime scene coming, hence why I didn't go for the dog. Well, it's not the reason. I think when it comes to it, and upon a rewatch, John Wick in the nightclub is fucking insane. And I felt I just had to pay homage to the first film. I could have even gone for John Wick in the house, because that was absolutely nuts as well, actually. Now that I think about it, I might have gone for the initial house when they all come. Is that number 1 or 2? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm blanking as to what film it is. Too much alcohol. But John Wick in the nightclub is absolutely insane. He is after a man and he will stop at nothing. And it's the tactical precision behind it. It's one of those things where, you know, it's the shots. He takes everyone and he goes for the 2 shots that are so military precision. The head and the chest. And it's the action in between.
There's no military precision about that. That's just cold-blooded.
It's cold-blooded, but it's one of the... Was it Metal Gear Solid that talked about it as a military tactic where you have to make sure that you eliminate someone. You do the head and the chest. Those are the guarantees out. John Wick, like, again, irrelevant of how you feel about it, when he goes into there, he is full beast mode, like John Wick goes in, and I was torn.
He's
As I
the
said,
Baba Yaga, 100%.
yeah. Like that's when he's unleashed. It is the first film, isn't it? When the guy's like, so you back in business, John?
Yeah, that's number one.
yeah. That actually could have been in there, but I think that's when you first realize who he is. But the nightclub, it's like it's peaking. You know he's coming up to the bastard that he wants to get. Hang in there, bro. You can do it. We're at
I'm there. I've got you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing the tequila, but I got you.
But what's his name? I'm trying to think of what his name was in fucking Game of Thrones. Alfie. Yeah, it's like
Game of Thrones. Alfie. What?
No, he's Alfie in real life.
Alfie Allen, you mean?
Yeah, Alfie Allen. That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, I'm way too drunk to answer this question, but it'll come to me. He has his dick cut off, doesn't he?
I was going to say the Dickless or what is it? Reek.
Yeah.
Theon. Is it Theon Greyjoy?
Theon Greyjoy. Well done, you mate. You're far less drunk than I am. Well done on your fucking fantasy pool. Respect.
Yeah, but like you can tell his time is like you just feel it because John Wick is in the building. But yeah, Gavin, once again, bro, because you normally have my back and you are #I'm with AJ. No, give him a watch and do the trilogy in like back-to-backs if you can, and it's worth it. But I think that nightclub scene was a kick-ass moment in John Wick. Okay, bro, over to you. Is there more comments or are we going on to your number 2?
Well, I've just seen St. Jackie's tweet from like an hour ago. Am I working or just watching two men get drunk live? Jackie, I can't tell you how much I love you right now for that tweet. That's amazing. Fucking hell.
This is actually really interesting because for UK fans, it's 11 o'clock, which is really late. We need to wrap it up. But for those abroad, some people are actually watching us while at work, and I really do appreciate you guys for that.
I say this every week, and I know it sounds like I'm bloking smoke up some of your asses, but genuinely, it's such a highlight of my week coming in here and talking with you guys. I absolutely love it.
Again, guys, and we say this as in like is honest, like pre-StreamYard plug. These stuff were pre-recorded, and we were lucky to get 6 viewers, right? Then we went into pod, and it blew up. There's no denying that. But so there was interaction, but it's based on a tweet here and there. Taking this to YouTube and knowing that there are names that we can quote week in, week out, I don't think you can appreciate what that means to two guys who were essentially just talking to each other when this first started. Like it means a lot, and we do appreciate that. And that's not alcohol; that is fact.
I feel like we've got all of the silver screen dudes in like a headlock at the moment, giving them Manuga going, I love you, you little fucker. I love you. I love you guys so much.
Did I ever tell you what? This is the silver screen. This is our drunk text. We're drunk texting all of you.
No, genuinely, we really do love seeing you guys every week. It just makes us happy. That was your number 3, yeah?
Yeah.
My number 2, AJ. What's my favorite action film of all time?
True Lies.
You thought that was going to be my number 1, isn't it?
Do you know what? I didn't actually know what scene you were going to pull for. I was like, he's got to put True Lies because it's his favorite action movie, hence it has to be an action scene. Are we talking the torpedo in the limo and all that shit? Is that where we're going?
Then the fucking nuclear explosion and Harriet jumped in and they're shooting to the building and then you're fired and they're fucking... It's just the greatest thing ever. I don't care that the movie's not that good. True Lies is...
I'm treating this like it's water. That's not good.
True Lies is the greatest action film ever. I have
to say this because he is the golden moment of it. R.I.P. Bill Paxton. I was going to say Pullman there. God. But Bill Paxton. Oh my God, he was gold in that film.
I'm just a car salesman. I'm not really a spy, and I got a little dick. Oh God, I'm pissing myself. He's so good.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, bro, no, that movie is it's perfection. As
I know
action movies go.
I know Den is going to be with you on this.
Mandrake says Arnold's best action scene is the motorcycle truck chase in T2. No, that's a bad Mandrake.
That's what Francis alluded to earlier with like the truck flip in.
But it's not. It's not. Arnold's best action scene is when he decides to hang out of a helicopter and save his wife in a limousine, and then take her in his big arm, and he's wearing a shirt, but it's only ripped on the arm where he's lifting her. So you see his bicep when he's lifting her out of the limousine. And then they land, and there's a nuclear explosion, and then he fucking commandeers Harrier Johnson, and he goes to save his daughter, and he shoots a Middle Eastern fucking terrorist through a fucking building with a Harrier Johnson and a missile, and he says, "You're fired." It's the best action scene ever.
But not your number one. But not your number one. Fair play.
Oh my God, Jackie Gomez, does the Jamie Curtis dancing also count as action? Oh yeah. Jackie, you are a woman after my own heart. Jackie, were I not married, I would marry you just for this comment. Because to me it does. Best action scene. You goddamn right it does.
To quote The Mask, smoking.
It shouldn't be allowed. Like, that should not be legal.
Jamie Lee Curtis is to
She's
be
in her
appreciated. I don't think she
40s
gets
in this
enough
movie.
appreciation, if I'm honest.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Right.
Your brother says, what about when Arnie rips off the door in Expendables? It's good.
I'm back. It was cool, but
It's very good. But he doesn't commandeer a Harrier jump jet after a nuclear missile explosion and shoot a Middle Eastern terrorist through a building in a Harrier jump jet.
When you're talking action, I am quite disappointed in myself that I don't have an Arnie. But thanks to the Silver Screen Dudes, Keanu Reeves is the greatest action star of all time. So I've acknowledged
As voted for by all of the Silver Screen Dudes on the polls on Twitter. That's not us. That's all of you guys. Oh, come on. Arnie's the man. And I'm sorry to say, it may not be his best movie, but the best action movie is True Lies.
Okay, bro. I think you're going to kick yourself for my number 2. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I think you will. Because if Swordfish hurt you, this will hurt you.
Talk to me.
In at number 2,
talk to me.
Leonardo DiCaprio versus the bear in The Revenant.
Huh. Not kicking myself. I'm really intrigued by this as a choice, AJ.
So, bro, as much as it comes down to an act, like, okay, it's not your big fight or what have you.
No. That's fine. It doesn't need to be big and bombastic. I get it. I'm surprised, but I get it.
Do you know the part? And I must admit, I rewatched this on YouTube recently, just in the come up to this, right? And I was like, picturing it. It's not only does this bear go on the all-out attack, and you see it where it goes for the paw on the back, and you're like, you're like, oh my god, this is rough. And then it's that point when you think it's finished, and it puts the paw on the head, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's going through hell. It's as it goes off, and he goes for the gun.
It's the second time the bear comes around.
Yeah, you think it's over, and he goes for the gun, and it fucks with him even more. And then the slash to the neck, you're like, This is all kinds of violent and viscerality at its best. Like, I was like, it deserves a call. It deserves a call. It's brutal. And it won Leo the Oscar.
I mean, I think eating a raw bison heart won Leo the Oscar. You just know Leo did that scene where he ate raw meat and he was like, I'm a vegetarian. If this is what I got to do for it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
He ate the shit out of that bison heart and won himself an Oscar. That Oscar was so overdue for him. It's actually ridiculous that he's only got one Oscar.
Not winning an Oscar was memeable proves that the whole world believes he should have won it.
Bro, do you know what's a joke? Is however good he was in The Revenant, and let's be under no fucking illusion, he was amazing in The Revenant. That shouldn't have been the first one.
It shouldn't have been the first, but it should be.
It's a joke. Yeah. He should have won it, sure, but it should not have been the first. You remember his speech, the fact that he got up on stage and he actually, this is a movie directed by Alejandro González, use my words, Iñárritu, but he got up on stage and went, I'd like to thank Mr. Marty Scorsese That was part of his acceptance speech. It's like, he knew. We all knew. Is that man's been working with Scorsese, Shutter Island, The Departed, fucking Wolf of Wall Street. The fact that he didn't win for Wolf of Wall Street is a joke.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I am the biggest supporter of the Oscars, mainly because there's not another more viable option at this point. And until someone can prove it to me, it's all very well to say the Oscars are trash. There's nothing better. So just putting that one out there.
I remain neutral when it comes to
you can remain neutral as long as you don't remain neutral on the Golden Globes, because those things are dumb. That's fine.
Me and award ceremonies are at a very awkward position where I used to love this stuff as a kid or at a younger age. I don't really partake now. I appreciate what I appreciate, especially for music. Like, I'm so old school, I barely tune into anything. It's not going to mean anything to me. I like to know films I appreciate get a nod, but I win or lose, I just appreciate the nod now.
They do get it wrong sometimes, despite the fact that I think that they are the most viable award ceremony of the current ones in existence. You want to make a new one and go and fucking make it more viable? I'm all for that. I will sign the fucking petition to make that happen. But until we get a better one, the Oscars are the best that we currently have in their current iterations. Yes? DiCaprio should have won more than one. It's actually a joke. The fact that Christian Bale has only ever won for supporting actor is equally a joke, but we don't need to get into that one. Jackie G says, AJ, if there's no rum in that Coke, that's just unacceptable.
I've seen the film.
Gavin Mann says, top 10 DiCaprio memes. I mean, number one has got to be his...
Gatsby.
Yeah, the Great Gatsby, the cheers. That has to be number one.
Actually, I take it back. It may actually be Django Unchained. That smirk. That is between the two of them.
More than Gatsby,
bro.
Nah.
As a GIF, Gatsby. As a meme, I do believe Django might be the winner.
Interesting. Mandrake says, Nico, Jeremy Irons did it first. He thanked Cronenberg when accepting his Best Actor Oscar. He pretty much acknowledged the Academy wouldn't award him for Dead Fringers. Yeah, I actually didn't know that, Mandrake. By the way, Mandrake, what is your Twitter handle if you have one? I need to follow you. I love your vibe here. I think this is the first time you're joining our show, I believe. So I'm really happy to have you.
It's the first time I've seen the name Mandrake, but I'm loving the interaction.
Have you come on previously as like a different YouTube name that I'm not aware of? Because I'm loving your vibe here, bro.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was Fuzz Aldrin.
If it's Fuzz Aldrin, I'm gonna love Fuzz Aldrin, the man of the person of a million YouTube names. Andy Hart says Pacino only has one, which in itself is a fucking joke. That's mental.
That's nuts. Do we touch on Chaplin and Hitchcock?
No, man.
I'm just saying.
Madness, the disrespect, disrespect. So that was my number two, bro. The fucking Harrier jump jet scene. You can't top that Harrier jump jet scene. You're fired.
No, we done mine. It was my number two. We done the bear. So it's over to your worst.
Oh yeah, the fucking bear. I forgot. I remember the bear now. Here, the bear. Here's the bear, wasn't
that's
it?
some visceral shit, man.
All right, yeah, bro. My number worst is really easy.
My number worst. You are fucked.
Did I say that?
You just did.
Oh shit. Did I actually say my number worst?
Watch it back. 2 hours 36 for
I cannot wait to listen back to this episode. This is going to be amazing. My worst. The Rock punches a building. Skyscraper.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. The trailer had us there for one reason only, just to see him punch the building, and it sucked anyway. But
here's the thing: The Rock, by his own admission, he admits this, has never been in the best movies. But the one thing, like, you go to see The Rock doing his shtick. He's kind of like a cheap man's Tom Cruise. You go and see Tom Cruise doing his shtick, except it's usually really good.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The Rock does his shtick, and you're like, yeah, it's shit. But I like The Rock. The Rock's a good person. He's one of life's good people, right?
He is. That I will agree with.
The Rock is definitely one of life's good people. And when good people are like made big and they make it aware that they're good people and people know that they're good people, you go and support good people. The Rock is a good person. People like The Rock. I like The Rock. You like The Rock.
I love The Rock. I'm not gonna hold it back.
The greatest wrestler of all time. Come at me. I don't care. And I say that.
Guy. Frank, who's the greatest wrestler of all time? If you're still here, Frank.
I am a John Cena guy. I'm an even bigger Rey Mysterio guy. The Rock is the GOAT. I won't hear it.
As much as he's not acknowledged, Shawn Michaels is officially the best.
No, The Rock is the GOAT. The Rock's
a good seller. Rock's a good seller. If you look at Rock's actual moveset,
But Mandrake's right. This is what I said. Any Tom Cruise movie has top production quality, even when they suck. You are completely right, Mandrake. Which is why my worst is The Rock punching a building. I don't even know. I'm far too drunk at this stage to be able to pick a scene, but I'm pretty sure I remember a scene with him jumping from a crane back onto the skyscraper. That was dumb.
There's a thing that you mentioned last time we brought up skyscraper, and I can't remember what it was, but it was a point I brought up about something with gas masks and shit, and it was just like so.
That was so fucking dumb. I'm sorry. When they're in gas masks and they gas the room, and then while still in the room, they take their gas masks off and walk out dramatically. I'm like, nah, you lost me. Now I realize I'm in a bad movie, and I'm going to have a good time.
And that was early on in the film, isn't it?
That was like the first 20 minutes, but that made it very clear. Like,
you're just like, this,
cool.
This is not going to get any better.
It's like, I'm aware. Fine. I'm in a bad movie. Now let's find everything that's bad in this movie and laugh at it. Yeah. Skyscraper is fucking horrendous. It is awful.
Right. So that's your worst. Now, Andy, I have to thank you for this. Mr. AKA, guys, follow him.
Oh, shit. Frank Torres, the best wrestler of all time. All time. It's Kenny Omega. Wow.
I'm a Cornette guy. And the fact that he calls him, I can't remember what he calls him, Twinkle Toes at best. That ever since Jim Cornette mentioned
respect to Kenny, man.
Ever since Cornette mentioned I can't remember what else Cornette calls him, but he calls him Twinkle Toes and something else. It's not Sinatra. I can't remember. Fred Astaire, but he calls him something else. And there is that thing, and there's this point, and I have to say this, I can't unsee it, right? It's when he wants to run to the ropes, and he kind of gives it that point, and he gives it this elegant run. I'm like, I can't unsee it. I need to watch more AEW.
Kenny Omega is like Cody
NJPW.
Rhodes. He's one of the most misunderstood, brilliant wrestlers of the modern age. I completely hear where Frank Torres is coming from. There was so much old school kayfabe going on with his heel title run. Like, the thing I love was that promo he did with Christian, where Christian insulted him and he sort of grabbed him and go, "You think you know me? You think you know me?" I was like, well done, man. I
am actually, do you know what it is? As much as I am the wrestling fan, and yes, bro, I'm going to put it out there. I did pay for NWO for Life Edition. I did. I haven't played it yet because I've been at the missus, but I paid it.
You didn't.
All £104.99.
You paid £104.
I call it 105 because we're short of a penny.
You paid £105 for a 2K game.
But
you should be ashamed of yourself.
I am. I'm actually hurt because I'm
for a cover.
No,
for a photo that
it's not the cover. It's not the cover.
I could have photoshopped this for you and given it to you.
Bro, it's not the cover. It's the characters who will become DLCs. I need that. But what I am very happy at.
What do you want to bet that if I get the... Okay, so you've got 2K. What do you want to bet that if I buy 2K, I'll be able to pay 20 quid for the NWO, guys?
I get it. But it's all the different parts. Everything comes in with this. So I just went for it. Because yes, I'm going to pay 16. Then I'm going to pay another 15. And that's going to be 15. That's going to be 75. Plus another 15 because of the other expansion packs. It slowly adds up without you realizing. But can I say the reviews from a lot of people shout out Heel Turn, the absolute goat of Instagram when it comes to wrestling news.
Heel Turn is great. Heel Turn is great.
I love Heel Turn. He's played it and he fucking loves it. He didn't buy NWO because he's like, fuck them guys. I will never, ever say that. That would just be against my blood type for me to ever say those words. But yeah, apparently the gameplay is really good. Like 2K have gone
I've
all-
heard this.
He's not the only person who said that as well.
Yeah,
so.
you know why they did that, right? Because they
'Cause
had an
2K20
agreement.
sucked.
No, because they had an agreement with WWE of a 6-year contract that started in 2016. This was their last year. They want that contract renewal, son. And you just fucking helped them. It could have gone back to Ukes. Your fucking purchase just helped them get that contract renewal.
Bro,
yeah.
if they've done what they have to do,
All right, leave the wrestling because Andy's right. Am I listening to Wrestling Mount Rushmore? Sorry, Andy, you're quite right. Back to movies.
No. Yeah, apologies.
But The Rock is the GOAT. Fight me.
Shawn Michaels. Anyway, here we go.
The Rock. Carry on.
Here we go.
The Rock punches a building, skyscraper is the worst fucking action.
No. Because where people appreciated this was the worst CG I had ever seen in a cinema. Right? And Andy, I have to thank you for this. So it's funny that you brought in the Wrestling Rushmore. Guys, at MOW Wrestling, we will be coming back very soon. But here we go. That's not even a page. It's Ministry of Wrestling. But here we go. The absolute worst scene of all time for me in terms of action. Neo versus... I'm going to keep this for you, bro, in case you need to pick. Neo versus 101,000 Agent Smiths. I freaking hated this with every... You good? I can see Nico on screen, so I'm just going to keep it on this for a moment. Do you know what? I'm going to do a solo for a sec because I don't want to keep it on this forever because I hate this scene. I absolutely hate everything that the Matrix Evolution has with that scene. I thought it was dog shit CGI when it came out in the cinema. I thought it was absolute shit. And I was like, I can't believe people are going to appreciate this. It was like, we appreciate that Agent Smith is that guy. But do you realize they kind of made Agent Smith a bit like Wolverine? He had to be like the main focus of a villain. You had 3 films and you could have expanded more. But it was like all about Smith. It's like, yes, we get it. And when he multiplied to become this fucking malware in the Matrix and just took it, I was like, fuck off. And then Neo gives it that fancy.
Speaking of fuck off.
Come again?
No way. Neo versus Smith was great.
Fuck right off. I love you, Den, but fuck right off. That was the absolute biggest pile of shit.
Mandrake says, good call, AJ. That Neo scene is the Roger Rabbit.
I actually like Roger Rabbit as a cartoon. But
it turned the film into a cartoon.
It was bullshit. And then he gives it that fucking Superman-esque whoosh.
Gavin Mann says, is this scene worse than Nico throwing up? You know what's really bad? What you can't see off camera is I've just put my arm in it.
Oh, fuck off, bro.
No, I actually have. I feel disgusting right now, but I can't get up.
Do you know what? This today, because of all the snacks I brought to cover up, I thought today...
Eating's cheating, you bastard.
No, I haven't touched it.
Good man. Not touched it. Respect
but,
you.
I thought that would cover me, and I'm trying to cut down on the... Every Tuesday, I order a bit of fast food.
Go
I'm
for
not going to do it today. I am...
No, wrong fault, fuck.
Guys, if anyone's ever used StreamYard, I have a mini screen beneath all of this. I can see this guy struggling. Oh, fuck, bro. I might even mute you for a sec. Unmute yourself when you're ready, because even the sound of puke may lead me to puke. But, yeah, no. Matrix, that scene was the absolute biggest pile of crap I have ever seen in my life. Worst cinema experience. Actually, no, Anna comes off as worst cinema experience. That film was terrible. But I'll unmute you. But yeah,
Anna sucked.
It did indeed. It did indeed. But yeah, worst. Like that was one of my first worst moments in cinema.
I think Anya's gone to.
I think when she said call it a night, I thought she meant that was for us drinking. I think that was her calling it a night.
Plus, she's going to look after the baby.
I was going to say we have to acknowledge that these are parents, so someone has to look after the baby. And this guy to my left, possibly to your right, guys, is in no fit state to look after any kid right now. Are you sofa surfing tonight?
Oh yeah, 100%. Anya's already made me a little bed in the living room.
Oh, that's nice. You're number one, bro.
I'm going to ask the silver screen dudes.
Oh, I don't. Guys, get your Rushmore in. I'm actually scared of that because it might be more sipping for us. But
what I'm going to do for all of you guys? I'm not doing fucking well, Declan. I see your messages. Chris Django Nico looks like a zombie. I feel like one. But Nico's doing well. Not so much. While I'm doing this,
I feel like I've redeemed myself from Maddox, if I'm honest.
I'm going to do one. It's
Are
my
you
birthday.
sure? Are you sure?
I mean, stuff's come up already twice now. Like, I actually feel a little bit better. It can't get much worse.
Tequila is not the answer for I'm going to do better.
Bottoms up.
Go for it, my bro.
Before I do, for my number one. Gavin Mann, you're quite a good listener to some of our archives. You might be the one person in the chat who can answer this. Jackie, I'm doing it. I see. A lot of people in the chat know that. What? What's funny?
No, I just read Jackie. I love it. Jackie and Chris. And everyone's like, don't. People are actually concerned for you.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Mandrake is like, you should have a sip of water for every sip of... I don't know if that would help.
Water's a great show.
That would help. Drunken and drunk. Brian and drunken. You're going to hurt so badly tomorrow, Nico. Do you know what? The thing about Nico is Nico works from home. Nico's self-employed. So should Nico choose to do like a half day or a non-day?
Oh, Nico's going to be doing a weekend work day this week. I can tell you that much. Wednesday will not be work day.
AJ has a 9 o'clock start.
No. Fuck that working for people shit. Self-employed is the way to go.
I'm not going to shit on it, but I agree with you. Shoot, fight, fan says yay, tequila.
So,
yeah.
Before I down this, I'm going to ask you all a question. You all know my favorite movie of all time is The Green Mile.
Fair enough, Mandrake. Word 7, 9, 8. No, sorry, bro, I didn't want to cut you, but best action movie, Drunken Monkey. Is it Drunken Monkey or Drunken Master? If there's Drunken Monkey, I'm fucked.
Drunken Monkey movie.
All we've learned from this episode is that AJ can drink Nico under the table. Now I can. Maddox, I couldn't. Your Jimbo.
Star that shit. We'll come back to it. By the way, yeah. Guys, while I'm doing this preamble, I want all of you guys to drop your Rushmore, so your top 4 action movie scenes into the...
Police Story 2 was my first intro to Jackie Chan.
Comments below.
Jackie says, as shoot fight fan, you want to see the world burn. He does. That's what Den does.
He does. He's
anyway, Gavin, just before he announces it, do you think you can guess what his number is?
I reckon Gavin can do this. Gavin's listened to enough of our archive. I reckon Gavin's got this.
Predator and 13 Assassins. I've already drunk to that, so I'm not going to drink to that again.
Everyone, all right. So yeah, while I'm trying to get my words out, drop your... What is it?
Top 4.
4 movies. That's it. Drop your 4 movies in the comments below, and we'll read them out at the end of the show.
Done. Okay, right. I'm going to star this one as well.
Star it, yeah. A lot of you know, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to guess now. A lot of you know that my favorite movie of all time is The Green Mile. All right? I don't care if you agree with me or not. All things are subjective, right? Green movie. Green Mile is my favorite movie of all time. If you've listened to the show enough, I mentioned this on an episode last season with Big Tone. Movie moments that gave us goosebumps. What is my favorite scene in movie history?
Good point, Declan. That was What If Gavin's Not Here. Car chasing French Connection. Not sure.
Fucking great scene. Have you not seen The French Connection?
No, I've not.
With Gene Hackman?
Bro. I know who was in it. I've not seen it. Step Brothers teabagging. It's Will Ferrell. Fuck off, Francis.
Well, I actually seen Step Brothers. Fuck that film.
The Harder They Come. Thank you, Dan.
For fuck's sake. No, I've got a tequila shot coming. Y'all can know. No, star that shit, bro. Star that shit.
And Mandrake, you put that down. I've already taken a sip for that. So
yeah. I'm mad that you haven't seen Road Warrior. What do you guys think that my favorite action scene ever is? Considering that it's not True Lies, because that was my number 2. My favorite movie is The Green Mile. What could my favorite action scene movie be? I'll explain to you. It stars. I'm so drunk I can't fucking remember the actor's name at this point.
Viggo Mortensen.
He's in it.
Sean Bean. Sean Astin.
Nah, Sean Bean's dead at this point. Sean Astin can fucking do one. Viggo Mortensen's not actually in this scene. Gavin Mann's struggling, Nico. I was thinking True Lies. Nah, it's not from True Lies, Gavin.
Ian McKellen.
He's in it. Not in this scene.
Liv Tyler.
Yeah, you've got the franchise. I get it, mate.
I'm just trying my best to help you out with the actor, bro.
No. So, this is going to annoy me now. There is a scene in The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Oh, fuck off. I have to take a sip.
It's not Helm's Deep.
Well, it's not, because Helm's Deep is 2 towers.
It's Return of the King. And it is when Bernard Hill arrives.
This is
with why are you laughing?
Is everyone taking turns jumping in front of the target?
It is Lord of the Rings, and it is when Bernard Hill, who plays Theoden, arrives on the Pelennor fields in front of Minas Tirith with the riders of Rohan, and he delivers that. No, fuck for Frodo. It's not for Frodo, Gavin, man. It's when Theoden arrives on Pelennor in front of Minas Tirith and gives that almighty speech. Ride now for the Red Keep. Ride now for ruin. Death, death, death. And that viola from Howard Shore comes in. And the Rohirrim. And it's just the build up to it. Grimbold, take your flank down the left. Gamling, with me in the center. Eomer, take your Eolingas along the right. Right now for ruin. And the Rohirrim, these Vikings on horses, charge these orcs. And it's for the first time you see the orcs on Pelennor, who until this moment have been the bosses, the dons. And they boss the orcs. The sun rises. Theoden even makes reference to this. The sun rises. The sun rises behind the Rohirrim. Death, death, death. Viola kicks in and they charge the orcs. I am talking, of course, about the Battle of the Pelennor Fields in Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. And it's not just when they overrun the orcs. It's then the Haradrim arrive. And the Oliphants arrive.
So Chris does agree with you and calls it perfect cinema.
It is perfect cinema.
Francis Alon, on the other hand, says he prefers Helm's Deep.
No, Helm's Deep was a better battle, but that moment when all is lost, when good, the side of good versus evil, the good are in total despair, when the movie has built up this fractious relationship between Rohan and Gondor, and Rohan comes to the rescue, and they just fucking clean up shop.
So Mandrake had said, "What about Spider-Man versus Doc Ock on the subway?" Yeah, fair play. Still prefer the Hobbit to
Isengard. Yes, I'm drunk enough to sing that.
Lord of the Rings best scene will always be.
There you go. And that's for me, that's part of the scene. That is part of the scene. Do not come between a Nazgul and his prey. No man can defeat me. I am no man. It's so good. For me, that is all one scene. I am talking about the Battle of the Pelennor Fields.
I did enjoy the Two Towers, I have to be honest, but I'm with Den, and Lord of the Rings is something I want to appreciate. Watching the first one, it just really drained me, if I'm honest. But Lord of the Rings is the one franchise, and I say this wholeheartedly, it's the one franchise I really do want to enjoy. Maybe it's because of our bond and our friendship. I really want to enjoy it, but it drags.
You need to watch it with me, bro.
No, I will not do that, because then there's judgment on top of it. No.
Yeah.
I actually like the lighting of
Yeah.
the beacon for some reason.
The
Background music,
beacons!
actually.
The beacons of Minas Tirith are lit! Gondor calls for aid! And Rohan will answer. It's sensational. And to that I say, to my favorite scene in movie history from my favorite book, bottoms up.
Cool. I like that. He drinks or film he sees. Okay, guys. On to my number one. Some between Nico and my bro,
is.
they both thought this was my number one. It was alluded to when we talked about The Protector. I didn't want to make it my number one, but I was like, you know what?
Bitch, please.
Because of the stages, I had to go with it. I am talking Uma Thurman. I am talking Kill Bill the Bride. And I am talking The Bride versus the Crazy 88. Mix in a bit of go-go if you would. I won't add Oranishi because that is definitely a separate scene. But The Bride taking on the fucking Crazy 88 was fucking awesome. I fucking love it. I love it.
the way
I don't know if it
black
has
and
to be a
white.
number one, but because of my passion for this film, it is my number one. And that's just where it's
You love Kill Bill,
I
don't you?
love it. From Wiggle Your Big Toe, even before that, everything about this. Uma
Your
Thurman.
name's Buck. You came to fuck.
Oh, I fucking love Kill Bill. I fucking love Kill Bill. And I was talking to Aaron today when we were talking about action movies. And I brought it up. The two films that were like at my top two, and again, The Matrix ended up at number 6, but was the lobby scene and The Bride versus the Crazy 88. I mean, yeah, you have shown me the Protector scene, but I was
Please don't call it The Protector. It's called Tom Yam Goong.
Bro, just for the fact of I didn't want to pronounce it wrong, I went for what I know I could pronounce correctly.
Tom.
But yes, Tom Yam Goong. Yeah, bro. I fucking love that fight scene of Kill Bill.
It's sensational. It is sensational.
Even that, like, even after all of this, the youngest one, where she's like, "Don't fuck with Yakuzas. Now go home to your mother."
Do you know what I love is when she says in Japanese, "Minasa hokairi ne kairimashita. Eto wa zenbu wa munoshi de watashi no." All of your body parts belong to me.
Yeah, the ownership, like leave, but these belong to me. That is Happy International Women's Day. That is Happy International Women's Day.
Okay. You end it with The Bride. Fucking well played.
But yeah, boss bitch move, man. Boss bitch.
It is a boss bitch move.
Yeah,
it is a boss bitch move.
I fucking love Kill Bill. I fucking love Kill Bill. Like for all expenses. Right,
Your brother's asking, any recommendations for a movie I could watch tonight? Hour and a half, jump on Netflix. It's called Good Time. It's the movie that made the world realize Robert Pattinson was not Twilight Boy. Good Time with Robert Pattinson.
I think you have seen it, but if you can find The Raid, go for The Raid. In line with what we're talking about. I think The Raid would be a good one. If you've seen it, then yeah, go with Nico's recommendation.
It's not sitting well with me, you know.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So we're at our number one. It's time to go into comment territory.
Could you read out everyone's Rushmores, please? I'm not doing.
Yeah, I will do. Okay. Oh, fuck's sake! Here we go. Right.
Last King of Scotland.
That's actually a really good shout. That's actually a really good shout.
Chris Trangrove agrees with me though.
Lord of the Rings 1 somewhat sucked. Lord of the Rings 2 improved. 3 was great. That's actually really interesting. So I will do the trilogy.
I don't agree with that, but carry on.
Mandrake, thank you. Hell yes, AJ. Words 789. I agree 100%. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Best action scene ever. Word 789. Demolition Man. Do you know what? Maybe I've done a disservice there.
But which scene from Demolition Man?
Do you know what? If I would say the museum. I would go with the museum, personally. From the minute he goes, "How much do you weigh?" onwards, it's fucking awesome.
Listen, it's awesome, but is it top 10 now?
AJ, Chris Trangrove. It's the best scene in all of Kill Bill. AJ, perfect action. Thank you very much, Chris.
No.
I would love to go with that, Chris. No idea. Mandrake, beautiful choice, AJ. Chris Django. I think I'm drunk too. I would agree with that. Mandrake, best scene in Kill Bill.
Yes.
Tricks are for kids. Do you know the other one that I love? And it's not much, yeah? But it's when she goes to see Hattori Hanzo. And he's like, you must have a big rat problem. And she just replies, huge. It always resonated with me for some reason. Gavin Mann at Chris
You know who played Hattori Hanzo, right?
I do, but I can't get the name out right now.
Sonny Chiba.
Yeah, Sonny Chiba, that's the one. At Chris thought that was your Wi-Fi password. Good, well played. She killed 88 people. No bud, their name. Yep, fair play. Nathan Jordan, any record? We've done that one. Frank Torres, clapping. 789, beg. You call that begging? Okay, cool.
Jackie Gomez is recommending to your brother Fresh.
I think he may have seen Fresh. I'm not sure. Lone Wolf and Cub. Fuck it.
Nah, I'm done, mate. I've had my tequila shot. I'm done for tonight.
Do you know what? Battle at the End of Last Samurai. Now I hate myself for this because I really wanted to see Last Samurai, and I bought this because I've not got the fascination that Nico has, but I have a passion for Far East, and I really wanted to watch it. But I brought the DVD. Never actually got.
Have you not seen The Last Samurai?
Oh shit! The DVD.
Oh shit!
Good Times is great. Our Pats deserves an Oscar nom for it. Fair play.
100%.
We said Last King of Scotland. They've seen it. Seen The Raid. Fair play.
My guy.
Good Times is overrated.
Mandrake, behave. Come on.
Dave is laughing for Gavin. I will star that. That's coming up in a sec. The Raid door kill scene. It was, but when I saw the Raid 2's one, I was like, yeah, that is going to do it. Rogue Nation opera scene. I would go for the bathroom over the opera scene.
I'd go for the bathroom,
that's that. Agree, AJ, the museum demolition. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. If I was going to go for that.
What seems to be your boggle, AJ?
Yes.
My boggle.
Yeah. I did love that one. Opening sequence to The Spy Who Loved Me, the parachute.
Great
well
scene.
played. Demolition Man, the sex with goggles. That's not well, I suppose it is an action scene, depending on the way you play it. Shot. Oh,
nope.
I'm gonna open the Grey Goose just because Nico done a tequila. So if he can do it for
nah, bro, you fucking drunk me under the table. You ain't got shit to prove.
Bro, it's all good.
I've vomited twice.
If you can drink to Lord of the Rings, I could take one for the bride.
Go on, bro.
Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah, man.
Jackie Chan mall scene in Police Story. Oh, fuck's sake. I have already seen Police Story 2.
Oh, I like that.
Car chasing Bullet. Then Stop It. We Need to Live.
No.
Excellent. The Last Samurai from Mixed Memorabilia.
Yep.
Andy, I've just starred that. Haven't actually missed anything. Some of them have been starred, so you may come up twice, Andy. Last Samurai is one of some few. Ooh, Gavin. I must admit, I do have a soft spot for Tom Cruise because we share a birthday. And I always appreciate the fact that he used to stay in a film, at the end of a film, to sign absolutely
Speed it up, AJ.
Photograph. Come again?
Suffering, speed it up.
Winchester Battle, Shaun of the Dead, fuck Shaun of the Dead. Roller Coaster, Temple of Doom, seen that. Yeah. How have none of you mentioned Indiana Jones? But they're not major action scenes, they're exciting scenes. They're more adventure scenes to me. There are, I suppose there are action, fuck it. Stop with the scenes, they can't take it anymore. Truck chase in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No.
Okay, right. I'm now going to go through the starred ones before we go to our Rushmore. Rushmore, Mixed Memorabilia. The Yojimbo, Heat, Gangs of Wesley Pearl 1 and 2. Gavin Mann, Hammer in the Corridor. Old Boy, Wesley versus Ego Montoya, Princess Bride.
Inigo Montoya, you kill my father, prepare to die.
Sergeant Angle versus NWA Shootout Hot. Rama versus the Assassin, the Raid. I saw the clip. Fuck it. Car Chasing French Connection. I've slipped to that already. Word 789. John Wick Raid, Rush Hour, Die Hard. Do you know what my dad mentioned Die Hard to me? And I was like, it has great moments, but it's not the awesome action scenes. That's why that Die Hard was great for me. Your Jimbo Heat, Guns of Wet. This is coming up twice. And your Jimbo Village scene, Heat opening scene, Gangs of Wesley Pearl 1 and 2, most scenes. Predator, the lawnmower for tree scene, and at Splash scene was amazing, well played. Andy Hart, the Matrix guns, lots of guns. Hardboiled, hospital shootout.
Yes.
Kill Bill, the Bride versus the Crazy 88.
Yes.
Mad Max 2 wrote whole movie. Fair play. That's fucking awesome. The Raid, John Wick, Mad Max, Return of the Sith, and Jackie Gomez. My top 4: Old Boy, Hallway, The Batman, Batmobile.
Yeah, Jackie, go on, Jackie.
Kill Bill, Crazy 88, Mission Impossible 4. The bathroom scene is kind of awesome. There is no.
The bathroom scene is sick.
Yeah, no, we covered that.
How we got
cool.
you, Andy? AJ, why don't you pick them up? Why don't you pick them up
So
this week?
I'm just gonna put a huge fuck you out to this one because my brother's trying to send for me, right? I'm proud of you, AJ, getting better with drinks. I need to get this point out, right? I was a very
Do you need to do it now?
I do. I was a very strong drinker. Following Maddox, I tamed the fuck down. When I went to Turkey,
You were tamed the fuck down at Maddox, boy.
That's what I'm saying. That's after that, I was really soft. And fuck off, Dad. And then no, that's not gonna happen then. And after I went to Turkey and I reignited the beast. I don't like to bring the beast out, but he is there. So Nico, this is up to you because it's all about buy me a coffee. Right? Den said £10 per shot.
Nope.
Nico.
Nope.
So I'm sure this counts as a shot. Thank you, Dan.
I'll do one.
Francis says very quick. Just a quick,
Wow.
very cool video call. I appreciate that. I don't know what it's like for anyone else. And you know what? We were 4 people and went into 3 hours. We're doing 3 hours and 10 again. This is not good.
This is not good.
Declan,
Keep our shows to 2
yes,
hours.
mate,
This is
agree.
too long for the silver screen dudes.
Jackie Gomez, you could clearly see AJ's soul leaving his body when you read it.
Yes.
It did. It did. And Jackie says, Nico, don't.
Okay, I won't. My health is worth more than that. You're right, Jackie. Thank you.
Andy Hart says,
this is why were I not Jackie, this is why.
It has to be on the Rushmore.
Jackie, this is why if I were not married, I would marry you.
And Mandrake says, Nico needs a bucket. Mandrake, again, please.
Nico does
give
need
us a follow at the Silver Screen Dudes on Instagram and at Movie MT Rushmore on Twitter.
Porn. Oh, porn. Do we
Vertical
want
Chase
porn?
to Minority. Do you know, from as much as I loved Minority Report, I really can't remember it. Jackie Chan in Police Story 1 and Road Warrior Finale. Dennis said 20 quid. Appreciate it, bro. Nice. And Declan says, I think it's Nico misses the bucket. He probably does. And yeah. Jackie. And I'm just going to block this last bit of porn.
Block the porn.
Okay, bro. I don't know why that came up as an error. I'm going to try it one more time.
It's fine. It's fine. They're blocked.
Cool. Right. Here we go.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to sleeping on the sofa tonight.
So I'm going to go with Andy. And he did say, Old Boy, Matrix, and Kill Bill came up. So I do believe even though it's my number one.
I agree with all of those 3.
All 3 of them. You're just looking to wrap this up so quick, you fucking lightweight.
Lightweight. Bitch, please. I've mixed 3 different spirits tonight.
Okay. So hold on. Kill Bill for sure.
Lightweight. You know what? I say fuck you. I say fuck you.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, I'll stop. Great job, dudes. Gavin Man, can't believe I forgot King Arthur versus the Black. Yeah, no.
Hey. Nice one.
Francis, honestly, I can't remember what next week's topic is, and I don't want to fish with my phone right now. Go.
Well, it's funny that we're talking about drinks here because we're talking about our Irish movies because next week is
it's St. Paddy's Day. It's
St. Paddy's Day, brother. Come on, we're talking about your dogs.
How about Hulk versus a stronger Hulk, or Wolverine versus a stronger Wolverine, or Black Panther versus a stronger? Where are we going with this?
I'm confused.
He has to make it.
Over Lord of the Rings, really?
I would just even go Swordfish over Heat, if I'm honest.
No, behave. No one on Twitter's voting for Swordfish.
Saving Private Ryan, The Landing. Not that many people mentioned it, but I think it's a big shout. I'm just putting it out there. Now AJ's leading Nico to the wine vault to the
Amontillado.
Hydrate. Yes, that's a good point. All right, Chris, because you put it out there, I'm going to put.
Oh
Heat.
shit! Grim Reaper. That's Tien. That's my guy Tien.
Oh no,
Tien, what up, bro?
So we've got Kill Bill and Heat, guys.
Kill Bill and Heat should be on there.
Do you know what we got? Which is
I think Avengers should be on there.
All right, guys, I'm going to put it to you: Avengers or Avengers Endgame. You guys will decide on that.
That's not a fucking question. It's the original Avengers.
Bro, let them decide.
Also, I think Lord of the Rings.
I'm not seeing
Gavin, man, that's not happening. Oh,
no,
you guys fucked me up tonight.
Fucking chance. Not a fucking chance. Even in my drunkest moment.
Shut her. Kill Bill, Heat, The Matrix. Chris, I love The Raid. I don't know how it would fare on Twitter.
Right, so here we go. Now, here's the thing, right? Frank Torres. Okay. Jackie Gomez says Avengers.
Frank Torres says Endgame. Chris Trengrove and Mandrake are like no Avengers.
Yeah. We've got two that says
Tien says Endgame. Den wants True Lies.
I don't think there's going to be enough love for it, if I'm honest.
No,
Old Boy and Matrix.
What about Lord of the Rings? Should Lord of the Rings be on there? My pick for Pelennor Fields. Surely that should be on there.
And here's a good point from Mandrake.
Oh, fuck.
Like, Avengers... look, oh, God, the comments keep coming in.
By the way, Tien, since you're here, we do this... AJ, just a sec. Tien, we do this show every single week on Tuesday, bro. Would be great to see you with us more often, man. There you go. Yes,
Chris Trengo says yes, Lord of the Rings. Jackie, what was the note in relation to? We have Heat. Heat
do it fast, mate. I'm struggling.
Francis says I'd say no to include Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow. Could you take a few comments quickly? I need to go and puke in the toilet. I'll be right back.
Fucking lightweight.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Actually, this could be my chance to create a Rushmore. Fuck you, right?
Go for it. I don't give a fuck at this point. I need to puke. Goodbye. I'll be right back. 1 minute, please. Oh, fuck.
All right, guys. I just need 3 answers. The first 3, whether it's a yes or a no. Should Endgame be in there? Because it seems like Endgame beat Avengers. Do you guys want to see it? The first 3. The first 3 answers we'll go for that. I don't care what comes up. Thank you, Francis. Do it. I've outdone him. I didn't think I would. So Mandrake says no. That's 1 no. The first 3, guys. The first yes or no's will win. Oh, so Chris says no. Den says yes. Mandrake, you've already given an answer. Francis says no opinion on that. And Andy says no Avengers. So the Avengers are fucked. Mixed Memorabilia says the Raid would be an incredible Rushmore. Raid 1 or 2, people. Sorry, guys, I'm just going for it. Mandrake says no Marvel. Fair enough. And Chris says no Endgame. Okay, so it's out there. Raid 1 or 2, because I think Mad Dog versus the Brothers is an insane scene. But I appreciate. And I can't call a particular scene in the Raid. So if you guys are okay with me putting up Mad Dog versus the Brothers, I will put that in there. Nick is completely fucked, so it's on me. Okay, I've seen 2 Raid 1s, guys. All right, I'm just going to put the Raid 1 because I can't think I can't think of a particular scene. I'll leave it on Nick because he posts over to JT. So I'm going to put Raid 1. So we have Kill Bill, Heat, and the Raid 1. Raid is miserable. That's kind of deep. It's missable. Raid 2 scene. Raid 2. I forgot the film already. I mean, I get it. I mean, Raid 1 is... Francis says he's still campaigning for True Lies. Now, for Den and for Nico, that would be awesome. But, guys, so far we have Kill Bill, Heat, and Raid 1. Should the Matrix make it? It became my number 6, but should the lobby scene be in there as an action scene? Like, it kicked ass. And the Matrix is one of those films as an IP that could go there.
Oh, fuck.
We've got Raid 2 kitchen fight scene, add Return of the King.
Oh, shit.
No car chases.
What? Car
Matrix
chases?
is the 4th. Matrix, yes. Mandrix says no Matrix. Chris
Oh,
says
my
Matrix.
camera.
Matrix lobby. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. There's a lot of people that said the Matrix. I'm sorry.
It's valid. It should be in there. Where are we at, by the way?
We've got all 4. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do, the
Mm.
only thing thank you, Francis. The Matrix, yes. The lobby scene.
Yes, fine. Yes.
Yes. Jackie Gomez says 1 spoon of baking soda with a glass of water will stop you puking. And
Jackie, I love you. Thank you.
Cast chases staple scene of action cinema. But I agree, but I think we've got 4. Nico, the only thing I'm going to ask you to do.
Yeah.
Taxi, French film entry. I can't think of an action scene in it. And sorry, Dan, True Lies is gone. Lord of the Ring over Matrix. Sorry. A lot of people have said Matrix, so that's it. You have to pick the scene for Raid 1 because my film was from Raid 2. So just pick
Raid
a scene.
1?
People have said Raid 1. Actually, but it's not on either of our lists, so I don't know if that can count. I don't know if that can count.
Raid 1 was on your list.
No,
Mad Dog is Raid 1, bro.
Okay, so then yeah, so it's Mad Dog. All right, cool. We've done it. Cool. All right, so are you ready? Can you tap? Can you tap in sync, bro?
Hands. I feel like
I love it. Francis is like he wasn't doing a the moment. It was just the keyboard acting up.
Here's the thing, right? You know what's really funny is that my daughter has got to the stage now where, like, when you show her hand, she's like, coolest thing ever. She's so strong.
I'm sorry, but I'm just going through what I saw while it was. This lid seems odd. Are you drunk? What? No.
Tien, I say again to you, bro. We go live every single Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Please come and join us more often, bro. I'd love to see you on here.
Francis says Matrix, True Lies over Matrix. I've had a lot of Matrix love in there.
I'd vote for Lord of the Rings over all of them.
Okay, Chris, thank you. Appreciate it.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us, bro.
Great episode. The pleasure is ours. Thank you. Honestly, thank you.
Tien, I'm going to hold you to that, my man. 8:30 next Tuesday.
The missus is calling. Right. Okay.
Let's wrap this up, bro. It's been such a long show. It's too long. And we apologize to everyone that it's been this long for, Chris Trengrove agrees. Lord of the Rings over everything. Yes, agreed. It's just facts. How the fuck is that correct, Francis? True Lies over the Matrix over Lord of the Rings. I don't agree with that. Jackie G, I love you. True Lies for the Jamie Lee Curtis scene. My girl, Jackie. I thought you had this, AJ. This doesn't look like you got shit.
Bro, I'm going to type what I had.
I'm back and it looks like a shitstorm.
I'm going to type what I had. Tell me if you agree with it. It's there. If you agree with it, I'm just going to lock it in because we're at 3 hours and 20. This is taking the piss.
I don't agree with option 3.
Really?
Nah.
So option 2 you'll go for?
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'm going to put it out there because
number 1, number 2, and number 4 in that list I go for. Number 3, I do not agree with at all.
The raid is up for it. The raid is up for discussion. So here we go. And this is it. First 3. You have Lord of the Rings, the raid, or True Lies. The first 3 comments win.
Lord of the Rings, raid, or True Lies.
So I'm acknowledging it from anything after Francis Lolland said cats or Grease 2. Those are obviously bullshit and never going to make the list. The first 3 that come in, the first to reach 3.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Oh boy, I would like. That's interesting.
No.
So I've got Raid.
Oh wow, True Lies, True Lies, True Lies.
True Lies it is. Fuck it. True Lies it is. They came in.
And it's the first 4. Nah, okay. True Lies it is. No love for Lord of the Rings. True Lies it is. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm very happy about my favorite action movie being in there. I love how my phone typed in Materials X as opposed to Matrix. But that's it, guys. It's locked in. I'm sorry. Materials X. That sounds like some porno site you're watching, mate.
No, it's not. It's not.
Look how he's hesitating. Look at him. Look how he's stuttering. Love you, mate.
A lot of people went for the raid after, but no.
Too slow.
True Lies came in. Okay, bro, start the banging. We have to lock it in or it will just get insane.
Let's do it.
Guys, again, I really appreciate the fact that you guys will hang in for 3 hours and 23 minutes.
3.5 hours is mental, guys. It will not be this long next week. We apologize. We're going to aim for 2 hours next week. Really sorry we've been so slow this week. But here's the Rushmore. Ladies and gentlemen, the official... Ooh, look how good my voice sounds after I've puked. The official Movie Mount Rushmore of action scenes in no particular order is...
Kill Bill.
Our second entry is...
Heat.
Our third entry is...
True Lies.
Our final entry into the Movie Mount Rushmore of action scenes is...
Guns. Lots of guns. The Matrix. Yeah, again, that Grim Reaper, I appreciate. Guys, as many likes as you can. Honestly, it just helps us. Even though we're 3 hours and 24 deep. Which is hard to sell to someone else. But again, it's a drunk Rushmore. We're going to be...
Also, I'd like to put this out there. My ass has puked now 3 times tonight. That's a hat trick. If I've ever earned this, and I don't believe I've earned shit, I just like to put it out there. But if there was ever a time where you guys would like to support me, yeah, you got it, AJ. Fucking A. You can head on over to buymeacoffee.com/movie dudes. The link to that is also in the description below. And literally, for much less than what I've paid for alcohol tonight and for less than your daily Starbucks, you can support the channel for as little as £2. I'd really appreciate it tonight, all things considered.
You know, even just to cover our alcohol costs, because like I ended up 20 quid down the road. Okay, I appreciate there was some chocolates and meal deals in there. But yeah, okay, I would have been fucked otherwise. Okay, guys, right now, please, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Junior, Stitcher, Geo7. Just search for Movie Mount Rushmore. Tell a friend to tell a friend. As Den continuously says, just tell 5 people. I think we've got quite a steady flow today, so I appreciate that because I'm looking at the StreamYard numbers, and it always accounts to more when we come to YouTube. But I really do appreciate you guys. Again, guys, I don't think you appreciate how much we appreciate you guys. Like 3.5 hours of 2 guys just chatting shit and potentially getting drunk.
Literally chatting shit.
Literally, you guys are partially to blame for it to being 3.5 hours, but we won't get into that. But
especially Francis and my wife.
Yeah, absolutely freaking love you guys. And it's not a drunk text. This is something we try to say every week.
I love you, little fucker.
We truly appreciate you guys. And even if some people were, I tried to watch it, but it was too long. The fact that you guys have stuck with us, even to the point that life intervenes, such as Chris did, what Chris had, you know, it is truly appreciated. And I'm going to put a shout out to my little bro because he used to watch the earlier episodes and like kind of faded out. And the fact that this is part of his life, the fact that Tuesday is now a moment for you guys.
It's wonderful.
There's money. There's appreciation, and yes, we would like to make this our full-time careers, especially me. Like, I love the boat I'm on, but I would love to do this chronically. I freaking love you guys, and it's not the alcohol, it's the time behind this that some people can stick with us 3.5 hours.
It's mental.
It truly touched me, and for that, I say thank you. So thank you to you again. Special shout out to the bro and Abby because I know you guys have just joined us most recently. Kaylin, if you're watching, AJ is here. So that's a big shout out to my nephew. Thank you guys so much. And again, guys, head on over to the man that is at We Love Movies at Movie Pulse for you. JT, you are the freaking man because that's what helped create the poll, which creates the best of the best of the best. El Capitan, El Numero Uno, and Crow Highlander. In the end, there could be only one. Shit, I've done that drunk. But yeah, so guys, please spread the word. Bit slow this week because I was trying to find out the best design, but at Movie MT Rushmore, that's your way to interact with me as opposed to Nico. No, at Movie MT Rushmore is the Twitter where you can interact with Nico. At the Silver Screen Dudes, that's your chance. So if you're on Insta, follow. That's your chance to interact with AJ. I've tried to do more of a summary of this episode, just kind of see that it's available. But yeah, we're at 328. 330 will be the absolute max on this. So from myself, the one AJ, throw those hashtags up because you are with AJ. I'm with AJ. That's what we love. I'm signing out. So It's me, the one AJ.
Yeah, and for me, guys, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the really kind words, the lovely birthday wishes you've been sending me. Echo what AJ says about spending so much of your Tuesday evening with us.
All morning.
I
whatever it is,
love
like,
what Jackie G said here. I always have a lot of fun on Tuesdays. Thank you, guys. Jackie,
Thank you.
the
Honestly,
fact that we are
Jackie, thank you.
actually the two best friends who are literally talking the sort of banter that they would talk as if they were still on the schoolyard playground are bringing joy to people
As
is
I
just
said, bro, like, I don't want to stretch
such a
this out.
blessing.
We
But it
started
is.
talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
And the build-up is fucking amazing. I fucking love you guys. Honestly.
And yeah, to answer your comment, Jackie G and a few other people, the next week's topic is the top 10 Irish movies. And that includes Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland because it's St. Patrick's Day. So it's celebrated across the entire island of Ireland, both North and South. So yeah, we're going to be touching on that. It's going to be good. Can't wait. I'll be a lot more in much better form last week and hopefully give you a little bit more.
I'll be in more form last week. You are fucked.
What did I say?
I'll be in much better form last week.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Wow. Did I actually say that?
You did. You did.
Let's just end it there. Tien, to answer your question, bro, unfortunately, Buy Me a Coffee does not offer a PayPal option, but it's all really safe and like secure and everything. But yeah, the link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description below. Last plug, guys, for everyone who's joined us live. Please do like the video because YouTube loves that. If you're one of our podcast listeners, I'm sorry that I sound so bad. I'll be better next week. And if you want to join us live next week, come over to our YouTube channel, Silver Screen Dudes, 8:30 p.m. live every single Tuesday. We don't miss a week. And if we do, we're going to warn you about it in advance. But I'll tell you what I'm not going to miss now is going to sleep. So I'm going to say, like AJ, thank you so much for joining tonight and wishing me a happy birthday. I love all of you guys, and I look forward to bringing you many, many more podcasts for many years to come. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. See ya.